Well, welcome back, everybody. Welcome back to Storm King's Thunder, Episode 5 here at Proficiency Bonus. We are so glad that you're tuning in and joining us tonight. We have some really exciting and fun things happening on the show tonight. We are going to be doing a few giveaways tonight. I think we've got enough fidget spinners to give away, to do 2 giveaways tonight. I think what we're going to do is we are going to give away at the break, which will probably be about 9:30 p.m. here Eastern Time. And probably right before the end of the show, I think we're going to give away some more fidget spinners tonight. But first of all, before we start, I just wanted to give a big shout out and a thank you to Team MZ for all of their support of this stream. We just want to thank you for helping us to advertise, retweeting on Twitter and things like that, and helping us to get more viewers here to check out this show, to check out this channel, and to see what we got going on here as we continue to dive deeper into D&D 5th edition with the module Storm King's Thunder tonight. So before we get into a recap and just some introductions for this episode, I want to first of all turn it over to Matthew, who plays Mulfin in this campaign. He's got some announcements to make about a new stream that's going to be coming up here very soon on this channel, Proficiency Bonus. So we're going to go ahead and get Matthew up on the screen. There he is. There's Matthew. He's and there's the rest of our wonderful cast for tonight. Everybody say hello to our viewers.
How you doing, everyone?
Yeah, we decided to make it a crazy hat night. We are missing Christy tonight. Christy Mysticwater, who plays Callista in this campaign. She is actually at PAX West right now, so we are all extremely jealous that she is able to enjoy an awesome gaming convention there. And I think Wizards of the Coast is definitely probably going to be there, because I think that Seattle area is where Wizards of the Coast is based out of. Am I right? Am I wrong?
Yep.
That's
They're up in Washington.
That's what I was thinking. So I'm sure she's getting all kinds of free goodies and things. Maybe she'll have some goodies to bring back to do a giveaway with. I don't know. We'll have to see what she comes back with. But I'm going to turn it over to Matthew. Matthew, if you want to go ahead and tell our viewers about what we've got coming up here at Proficiency Bonus.
Yeah, sure. We can definitely cover that. So, as some of you may know, as you're watching the stream, chances are you're a fan of D&D. There is a new module coming out in a couple of weeks called Tomb of Annihilation that is inspired by the old 2nd edition campaign Tomb of Horrors. Well, it comes out on Roll20 actually next Friday, September 8th. So we're actually working with a new cast, going to be launching it on Monday, September 11th at 8 p.m., the same time frame, 8 p.m. Eastern to 11 p.m., just like this one, running every Monday night starting on September 11th. We've got myself will be DMing the campaign, and I have, much like we typically do here, 5 players who are joining us, a couple of veterans, old hat at the game, and we have some new blood coming in that this is going to be their first real delve into an in-depth campaign. So definitely going to be an interesting approach as we see what the realm of Chult, which doesn't get explored much in Faerun, has to offer us.
That is awesome. So you have brand new players who have never played Dungeons and Dragons before coming into a brand new module that's based off of Tomb of Horrors.
Yeah, didn't think that part through. Yeah, once I read that and I realized it, I started warning some of the people I was interviewing, but nobody seemed to care. They're all just really excited about it. So
that is awesome. I love it. I love it. No, and I've heard nothing but good things about the new module that's coming out. So I am super excited about it myself. I really want.
We are definitely looking forward to it.
Yeah, I totally want to play it, but I'm the kind of guy that goes out and buys the book and reads it, so I would ruin it for myself, and then I'd have to DM it sometime. So,
well, that's the one part I've started letting some of the players know, and I'm going to bring it up. We're doing session 0 next week. Is the book comes out a week and a half after it comes out on Roll20, about a week after we start. So if you tune in for episode 1, it may be a little shaky at first because I'll be doing all my research on the weekend, that 3-day weekend on the website without the hard copy book that, we all love having these things right next to us at all times. Because
Oh yeah. I'll tell you what, though, diving into a new module like that, it'll take a good session to kind of get into the groove. So it'll be fine. It'll be totally fine, and I'm looking forward to hopefully being able to sit down and actually just tune in and just watch, and just hang out. So that'll be really cool. So awesome. September 11th. Those are Monday nights.
September 11th,
Monday
8 p.m.
nights.
Yep.
8 p.m.
Monday.
Monday. And then what we're going to try to do also is rebroadcast a lot of these episodes too. I haven't been able to rebroadcast much of Storm King's Thunder due to transitioning into a new job, but now that I'm kind of getting settled in, I should be able to do a little bit more of that. To give you guys an opportunity to catch up on episodes, watch anything that you missed. Also want to encourage you to go to YouTube. If you search Proficiency Bonus, you can find us on YouTube. I upload all of these videos that we do live streams up onto YouTube, so that way you can catch all of these episodes, watch them all once again, and relive the adventure as we explore more into this campaign with Queen Gum Gum. So,
Queen Gum Gum.
Awesome. Awesome. And it's Crazy Hat Night. I've got my Christmas hat on because we're in the mood to give away some fidget spinners tonight. So it's gonna be a nice gift giving night. So before we get started, I wanted to remind you guys, last time at the end we decided that Diana was going to be awarded the DM's inspiration for this session. So she has a point of DM's inspiration that she can spend at any point to give herself advantage on any roll. So she's got that. And also, I'm just going to throw this out there just because I think it was absolutely crazy and kind of he's playing his character. So Moby is going to have the nat 20 tonight. I'm going to go ahead and put the nat 20 on Moby for, I don't know why. Just because.
Can I call it?
I think we all
Can we
saw
call
why.
it what it is? The DM is telling you you're going to die and you're going to need it to survive.
He's feeling sorry for me. He's rewarding me early. He's prepping me for death.
Yeah.
That's what's
You're going to
happening.
get boned later, so we're going to give you
I'm a
something
lamb
to
to the
help out.
slaughter.
So we're just going to go ahead and dive in. Last time on Proficiency Bonus, well, first of all, our heroes were coming to Nightstone on a diplomatic mission to try to ease some tensions between the town of Nightstone, the leadership, and the elves of the neighboring Ardeep Forest. There's some conflict about people going into the forest using it as trophy hunting land and things like that. And the elves didn't like it. So they were had these conflicts going on. So our adventurers showed up here, found out the place had been abandoned, was being raided by a small group of goblins. Found out most of the villagers had been taken prisoner by a clan of these goblins in a nearby cave. While they're kind of exploring through there, they found out that the leadership of the town, Lady Nandar, had been killed under rubble in her keep when they realized that cloud giants had attacked the town of Nightstone, as you can see by all the stones that are peppered around the town. They did some communicating with some of the guards, were able to convince them. They were able to even convince one of the goblins, Gum Gum, to help them and aid them in their mission. And and we are all right. We've got some people jumping in chat. Mystic Waters there. We got Christy jumping on in Twitch chat. So hey, Christy, I hope you guys are enjoying PAX West. That is awesome. We are all so jealous. So bring us back
To my boy Josh.
Josh is back. We got to give Josh credit. Josh is here again.
Josh is
Big thumbs up.
here.
Welcome back, Josh.
Yes, welcome back, Josh. We're glad you're joining us. If you're new to the stream, you're checking it out, don't forget to hit that follow button at the top and make sure you guys are following the stream to help get notifications on when we're live and things like that. And also, don't forget to visit us on YouTube. So, as we were continuing on, all of a sudden the bell started to ring. We had a lot of communication between our heroes and a band of Zentarum that have come to Nightstone, presumably to kind of take over the place. Our adventurers aren't really happy about that, but are willing to kind of deal with that situation. And now, unfortunately, it seems that the town of Nightstone is being under siege by a group of orcs that have come from the north. One of them appears to be one of their leaders, severely injured with many arrows sticking out of him. And we finished off last time as Moby and Mulfin were looking over at one of the towers. Moby decided that he was going to launch himself into the Moat River off of the tower that flows around Nightstone. So what I would like for everyone to do to start off, I'm going to get us going with, and so the story is told. I want everybody to go ahead and roll initiative.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
We're gonna start it off heavy. Let's
That's
go.
how it is, huh?
I'm really done at this time.
Yeah.
Don't forget to click on your tokens before you click your initiative, so that way the initiative counter will get added on there.
Oh, something good.
Oh.
Yeah.
And Michael, are you running
Gnome power?
Callista?
Yeah, lovely.
Really, I'm going to ruin this roll. There is no way I can hit a 23.
Come on,
Well, there's like a
trio.
1 in 20 chance or something.
No, I mean literally the number is
Oh.
possible for Molfin to reach.
Ah. Oh. Well, yeah. That's,
Just a classic
That's
6.
age, right? It's,
Hearty,
you know.
Hearty 6.
that extra couple hundred years has a slowing effect.
You know.
Lachlan, I'll let you act first because I'm just a gentleman.
Oh, what an honor.
I'm going through. I'm kind of rolling initiative for all these interesting NPCs that we've got going on here.
Mm-hmm.
Because I've got a lot of them. I got to move your fog cloud out of the way here.
Oh, okay.
I'll move it back, I promise.
And are you rolling for Christy as well?
I will, yes. I will.
Hello.
I should say Callista. Oh, hey, welcome.
Hello.
Oh, you didn't discount.
Alright.
No video, but audio.
Oh,
We've
Say hello to Josh then. Josh is viewing.
got-
Hi, Josh.
Wow. These rolls, Michael.
Oh, that was a big one.
I can't see them. It's taking a few. Oh, there it goes.
Yeah, I see them in the. Oh my gosh, in the left-hand panel.
Yeah, I
You're
can
good.
see them, but I couldn't move it
You're
first.
good.
It's like the cameras and everything else are taking a few moments.
Man, I'm so glad I built this initiative macro button. It saves the day. Because I would have rolling for all these. My goodness. Take me forever.
That's a lot of enemies.
Oh my gosh, how many arrows? Do I have enough
Hey,
arrows for this?
Let's roll for Gum Gum. Here we
I gave you
go.
74 arrows. You should have enough.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go ahead.
Thank you.
We're rolling for
Hey, at least I am
Melissa.
not dead last.
We're rolling for Caladarko. Who
I
else
don't
we
think I
gonna
can
roll
watch
for?
Twitch and be on Discord.
We're gonna roll for all these wonderful guards. Hey, let's roll for
Roll for me.
We're rolling for everybody.
3 rolls.
Hey, we're gonna
You
roll.
get a roll.
Hey, all our viewers, we're rolling for you too. I'm gonna click on our viewers, and I'm
Josh,
gonna roll
let's
for
do it.
you. Josh, I'm adding you to the initiative count. I'm not rolling for riding horses though. They're just gonna be riding horses.
Oh, dear sweet mother of mercy.
Mhm.
We're almost done.
Oh my god.
I think that's everybody.
Ooh.
What's good?
So-
What's really good is only half of them are really enemies. you know.
Are there any innocent bystanders in this list?
Yeah, we had a Josh in,
Yes.
so he's somewhere.
I don't think I'm in the initiative order, actually. I think I need to re-roll mine.
You're not in the initiative order?
Oh, had you clicked your icon when you did initiative? Or
Yeah, click on
Oh.
your click on your token, and then when you press initiative, it'll
That's
automatically
even
add.
worse.
Uh-oh, did
Wait,
how did
is
that
that
happen?
physically possible?
How did that happen?
You're going so slow, you're not even there.
Yeah. So does that mean she's like asleep during this battle?
flowers.
Oh my word!
I'm gonna give you a 1, Diana, just to make you feel better.
She got a 7.
Oh,
Let's be kind.
what'd
She
she
got
Like
a
a
7?
pity one?
A 7? Is that what she had?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, we'll give you a 7. We'll go with the first one.
Huh.
Yeah, you're welcome. Yeah, we're
No,
not.
I
we're
like
not gonna do that to you.
directing after Molfen.
We will not do that to you.
Oh my word! Make sure you've got Josh on there because he said he's going to type something in the Twitch chat every time on his initiative mark.
Oh, that is awesome.
Okay, Josh. Here's the thing, Josh. Because I missed the last 2 viewer decisions. You're gonna get 2 rounds in the initiative order at initiative 10, where you can decide possibly what the next role or what the next person in the NPC is gonna do. So I'll let you get involved in the game.
Oh.
You just have to kind of respond to us in the Twitch chat to let us know. But you'll go halfway through on initiative order 10.
There you go, Josh.
That's a privilege.
Is Josh gonna TPK us?
Josh, don't kill me, man.
For those of us who watch that other show on Thursday nights, this is now a "Don't kill me, Josh."
Excellent. So,
Yeah, I feel you.
Lachlan, we just got done. Kella was having a quick conversation with Zulkin, kind of claiming how, kind of egging you on to show your abilities to these individuals who are here. So you're actually first in our initiative order. The town seems to be under siege, and Molfen kind of kicked things off by blinding some of these orcs with a cloud, and then Moby just dove right into the water. So they're definitely drawing some attention to themselves. What would you like to do to start us off here, Lachlan?
All right, over here. Let's see if I can ping. I don't know if I can. Okay, it's not working. Are those watchtowers to my west?
These 2 bandits are on?
Yeah.
Yes, those are towers, are about 30 feet high,
Okay.
and they're made out of like cobblestone.
Sweet. Then I'm gonna look around at everybody and go, "Are we doing this? Is this happening? Are we doing this?"
Yeah.
As I'm pulling out an arrow and getting a bow ready.
You just hear Queen Gum Gum, Queen Gum Gum, Queen Gum Gum. Starting to take her scimitar and just rub her hands on her scimitar. She's like just waiting for the drawbridge to be lowered.
All right, I'm gonna use my movement here to start making some progress toward there. I'm gonna use my action to make a bit more progress, and then I think I also have my cunning action on which I can dash, and I'm gonna use that to try to make some progress up into this. If I can get in, I don't know if I can.
Yeah. Well, how many feet of movement do you have?
Oh, so at this one I have 25 feet left.
You have 25 feet left. Okay, so it's 30 feet high to get to the top of the ladder, so you'll be almost to the
So I'm
top
not
of the
all the way,
ladder.
yeah.
So
Cool.
you're hastily just running and climbing the ladder, bow strung over your back, and heading that way. For some reason, I keep on losing Matthew's video. I'm gonna try to reconnect and get him back on there.
No, it's mine. Everything loading up at once. I unfortunately had a thing
Okay.
start running.
Gotcha. So Lachlan is rushing in. That brings us right to Moby, who is now submerged in the moat river to the north of Nightstone.
Yikes.
With a whole band of orcs just watching him.
I'm suddenly like realizing like this is a horrible idea. All right, Michael. How likely would it be that I could get to this bank in my move with just my movement?
Is swim speed? Is it half movement? Swim speed?
I think it is.
Okay. If you dash, isn't your movement 25 feet?
Yes.
So you could get. You'll be on the ledge. You'll be kind of be climbing up the kind of rock slope hillside on the other side. But you could use your movement and action to do that.
I'd rather not expose myself so early. I'll just move
this
to where,
ledge. This ledge right here, where the green is higher than where you would be. So they would have to get like right over the edge to be able to see you and attack you. But they can see what direction you're going if you did that. So.
Okie dokie. Can I just move as far as I can up this way?
With just one movement?
Yeah, just one movement.
So I guess that would give you half movement would give you what, 3 squares?
Yeah.
So you'd be about into that box right there.
Sounds good.
Okay.
There, would you say? Yeah, about there.
Yeah, about there. As you're swimming on through.
All right, and really, what I need to do is I'm gonna cast that on myself.
So as Moby is spitting water out of his mouth, he's kind of frantically doing all these incantations and moving his hands while he's swimming in the water, saying a quick prayer of protection as he casts heroism on himself. Okay, so I just wanted to double check.
That is one shiny
says.
spell.
Immune to being frightened and gains temporary hit points equal to your spell casting ability modifier at the start of each of its turns.
That's cool.
Yeah, I love that because it continues to stack too. So you can keep
really.
On, you can keep on.
Yeah, every turn for a minute.
Turn, yeah. So awesome.
Whoa, that's awesome.
You know.
I need it. My hit points are low.
You're squishier than the wizard.
That's true.
So next, Kella runs over towards Zulkin and kind of starts to whisper towards Zulkin a bit. Zulkin turns and kind of as a free action, he kind of just starts barking some commands towards everybody. He starts yelling up to the 2 towers, to the 2 Zentrum, 2 of his Zentrum friends up there on the towers, and he's kind of just like, "You 2, rain some bolts down on those orcs. Not an orc lives." And then
save some for me.
And then he kind of turns and looks towards, like he's looking towards nowhere, and he says kind of almost to himself, "Kill them all." And then we go, Kella starts to kind of sprint off. She has like about 10 feet of movement left, and she's going to use her other action as movement to just move down this way. She's kind of heading up to see what's going on with Molfin and kind of let the other Zentrum know what is going on and the orders that were given. Next brings us up to an orc. Now I've got to find this orc because I'm scrolled out so far. He's not down there, is he? Where are you, orc? I lost you. He must be up here. There he is. Oh, and he saw Moby. So this orc is going to start to head this way towards the edge. And this orc is going to pull out a javelin and toss it.
Just a giant water rat.
tossing it at the little gnome that is swimming through.
Can Molfin see this?
Yes, Molfin can.
From up on the wall, Molfin's going to yell out, "Duck, Moby!" And I'm going to use my second portent and last portent of the day on that orc. He's going to roll an 8.
He's gonna roll an 8. Oh,
That is so cool.
Where's the
yes.
duck?
Oh yes.
I don't
yes.
see any duck.
Duck.
Oh no!
As Molfin yells that, the orc loses focus of his attention and looks up towards Molfin as he's letting go of the javelin, running towards the edge. The javelin goes, and Moby ducks under the water, and this javelin just goes right over his head where his red hair would have been, and sinks into the moat with a splash, a gentle splash, and it disappears under the surface. You just hear a grunt from the orc in frustration.
Do I see any of it happen?
You are way down by Gum Gum and behind the drawbridge. So no, you're not seeing any of this happen right now.
Okay.
But now we've got another one of our wonderful well, not heroes, Zentrum. But this guy's on the back tower, so he's just kind of standing ready in an action with a crossbow bolt. And that moves us on to one of these ones that are on the front tower. And he's actually going to take a crossbow shot at this guy right here. Kind of like the main orc guys leading this other group kind of around. So I'm going to go ahead and we're going to get a crossbow shot going on here. Where are you? There you are. So let's go light crossbow as it comes zinging that way. I believe that is gonna miss. Oh yeah. So the crossbow bolt goes zinging and sticks into the ground next to his foot. He kind of looks up with a glare and clenches his eyes kind of closer together as he can see. You could see he can see the hatred in his eyes towards that pitiful attempt to hit him with the crossbow bolt. He's going to kind of just duck down a little bit at the top of the tower to gain a little bit of cover as we go to the guy that he just shot at, Norgara. And he is going...
Big boy.
He's a named NPC here. Let's see. He should be in here somewhere. No, must not be. Let's see what he can do. Oh, wow.
Uh-oh.
That's good.
You don't want to hear your DM say, "Oh wow, we're gonna get wrecked."
That's cool.
This is exciting.
Level 9 spells.
Okay.
This is exciting. I like this. Viewers at home, you're gonna like this too. I love it all.
Oh no.
Let's see. Okay. Yeah, you can do this. You can do this. He is going to he's going to start reciting some orcish incantations, and he is going to cast. I hope this doesn't whisper. I got it set right. Oh, it did whisper. It figures. He's going to cast.
Thinking that I'm resetting.
Okay, sounds good. And welcome everybody who's tuning in tonight. Thank you so much for tuning into the channel and checking us out. This is episode 5 of Storm King's Thunder. Our party is in the middle of defending the town of Nightstone from an orc raid, and things are about to get messy.
Eat healthy, guys.
Yeah.
Food is your friend.
So all of a sudden, above the... Let me just double check. I'm thinking I'm in range. Yeah, he's definitely in range. Above the one Zentrum spy on the left-hand tower to you guys, it'd be the south tower from what you guys can see. All of a sudden, you notice this magical glowing maul that just starts to appear and hover beside him, and it brings the maul crashes down on top of his head and makes a direct hit on top of this guy, and you hear him just cry out in pain as it slams down on him. He's hunched over the side, but you can still tell that even though he's hurt, he's still up, but definitely did a lot of damage to him as this floating magical weapon just slammed onto him.
Do I see this as I'm climbing my ladder?
You hear it, but you don't see it, and because it's on the opposite tower that you're climbing up, so you definitely can hear the oof as this thing just slams down on top of him, and is hovering around him. So he's just going to kind of stay put right where he's at, and then we go to another one of our orc friends, who is up here by JJ. Moby, excuse me. And he is also going to start to head towards JJ, or Moby. I keep on, why do I keep Moby, help me, people. Moby. And he's going to whip his javelin at, here we go, Moby in the water. Let's see how he does. Why am I whispering? No whispers.
Really?
It's rude.
I
If
apologize.
you want to say something, say
apologize.
it, Michael. Don't whisper.
Never whisper rolls. There we go. It's all set. Moby, I rolled a 19. so the javelin comes flying in and sinks into your side from the ledge. It deals 8 points of piercing damage to you as it strikes.
Nice knowing you guys.
And he is going to stop. Unfortunately, it's another one of these orcs' turns, and he's actually going to go to...
I just want to say thank God for that spell, because that's pretty much half of my HP right there.
This one is actually going to move and leap into the water from the ledge and splash right here. And that will end his turn. The next one is going to do the same. He can go 1, 2, 3, leap, 4, 5, 6, and he's going to start swimming towards Moby as well. Another orc that we've got here looks like he's down below. Oh, this one's in the cloud. Mulfin, the fog cloud, is it complete blindness?
Let me pull it up because for some reason Roll20 is still loading for me.
Okay, gotcha. I've got the player's handbook here too. I just want to double check.
Love the handbook.
Pretty sure it is. The sphere crit spread during a quarter. It lasts for the duration. It actually doesn't say. Just says you create a 20-foot sphere of fog centered on a point within range.
Okay.
Oh, area is heavily obscured.
Heavier obscured. Okay, so he can kind of see a little bit of what's going on, but I'm going to. He's kind of gonna stumble forward, almost like he's headed towards the edge, and I'm going to make a dexterity saving throw here for him. And he falls into the river. With a heavy splash, dropping some of his javelins into the water as he goes. That brings us to another one of these guys. I think up by Moby. And he can get to the edge of the ledge, and he is also going to throw a javelin. This time he's going to throw a javelin as he sees Mulfin over there on the other side. Now, are you still on the tower, Mulfin?
Yeah, I'm still way up top.
Okay. So you're actually going to have a +2 to your AC because you have a little bit of cover because of the ledge of the tower.
Yes.
So here comes a javelin throw at you.
Oh.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, you know, I'm gonna say I think that hits. I didn't regret not saving that 8.
So much for that cover.
So,
You know.
so this orc, seeing that Mulfin is over there, whips this javelin, even if it would have had disadvantage.
That's. I was getting hit one way or another.
So this javelin comes flying over the top of the ledge of the tower and strikes you in the chest, Mulfin. And you can feel that heavy impact of the javelin as it sinks into your skin.
And actually, JJ, thank you for doing that. And fog cloud is concentration.
Do I
Really?
make it with a 10, Michael? I forgot to roll for the hit I took.
Oh yeah, what was it?
What was your damage, JJ?
It was 8.
So
Yeah, you make it. Yeah, it's
Oh.
either 10 or half the damage.
Yep, you made it.
Cool.
Mhm.
Really?
And you're gonna need
And
to
for
make one too, Mulfin, right?
Yeah, can you do me a favor? Roll. Never mind now. It's actually letting me respond again.
Cool.
Why is another web page opening?
Ah!
If it's
Eat
not
healthy,
exhaust,
kids.
Oh yeah, that's true. Though my problems are worked out pretty much.
Sauce is good now.
So, is a save just a d20 plus your modifier, right?
Yes. I believe
Yeah.
so. Mhm.
Okay, so I got to hit at least a 10. Hopefully that'll roll in a second.
Oh,
There we go.
nope.
Yes, the fog cloud is concentration.
For an hour.
So
Yep.
the fog cloud will dissipate
Uh,
as the javelin to the chest knocks you off of your your concentration. So that brings us to one of the guards, Caitlin. And this is the Alera. We've got Sidiri. Sidiri's the Torum. Alera. Torum is the bearded guy. Kaylin is the short-haired guard, male guard. He is just going to start heading over towards the gate. He's preparing his weapons as if he's going to join the fray if the drawbridge ever comes down. Alera, who is kind of the agitated female guard with kind of shorter, dark hair, seems to be agitated by the whole thing and is actually going over to Zolkin and just starting to just yell in his face. Basically like, you have no idea what you're doing here. Well, this is going to be a total mess. And she just starts like screaming at him, just panicking, throwing her arms out to the side and just cannot believe what is happening. So that is what she is going to do during her turn. We got 2 other orcs that are coming up, and it looks like one of them might be up top again. Yes.
Oh no.
As it comes down, 15, 20, 25, 30. It's got a javelin that it's going to throw at Moby.
Hey Moby, you got another javelin coming your way.
I don't think a 14 will hit you.
So my next spell is
No.
healing word.
No, this javelin barely misses as it kind of just flutters right by. And then
What?
it now the javelin has 2 pieces of fruit attached to it as it sinks to the bottom of the water of the river.
no, the pumpkins.
So we've got another orc coming at you from down below here. This one's going to go ahead and start moving towards, seeing the disarray over here, start moving towards the front of... Actually, you know what? he is going to go right to the going towards the edge and is looking like he's going to get ready to dive in the water. That brings us up to Zolkin. And Zolkin continues to ignore this this female guard that's just basically like cussing him out, blasting out. Well, thank you so much for the follow. Thanks for joining the adventure. I missed the name, but thank you so much for jumping in. Thank you for jumping in and
All
joining
right,
us.
one more follower. I'll take a bite of this avocado like it's an apple. I'll do it.
One more follower, and JJ's going to take a bite of that avocado like it's an apple. Oh, great. That's exactly what we need on tonight. Please, someone make it happen.
Okay, I see a couple of you in here. Blancs, Keplin, my boy.
There we go. We got.
If any of you haven't followed yet, please follow so he has to do this.
Yeah, we like to put JJ through a lot here on live Twitch stream.
It's torture. I'm being held against my will. Please help me.
Australia, the world's prison country.
So Zolkin is just being blasted by this Alera guard, is just in his face. She's a little bit shorter than him, but she's just like going crazy. Like her hands are just sporadically going everywhere. Diana and Gum Gum, you can hear this lady just blasting at this guy like, who do you think you are, kind of stuff. You know, every now and then a cuss word flies out. It's it's getting really crazy. But he's totally ignoring it, and he's keeping super cool during all this. And he's like looking up towards the guards, and he's, don't let them get the best of you. Remember, they all must die, every single one of them. And then he starts to look around to Diana and all these other guards that are down. He looks over towards Callista, and he looks at everybody that's gathered around here, and he starts to look around kind of more frantically as his head's kind of turning around. He's like, all of you, when we've got about half of their numbers dwindled, we're going to lower that drawbridge. And we're going out there, and we're going to destroy them all. Not one of them will enter these city gates.
Okay. That sounds like a foolproof plan. We're not gonna die.
We'll keep them out there. We'll hold them at bay for now. We'll pick them off from a distance, one by one.
We will.
Orcs are devastating up close. We don't want them anywhere near us, but with crossbows and with that little one with the bow and arrow up top, I'm sure we'll be fine. And that's really
Little one.
And that's really all he's doing his turn.
Lachlan, put those arrows to good use.
I will.
So this orc is also going to start jogging his way towards the water's edge. Looks like he's thinking about jumping right in. It appears like they're going to be jumping into the water. Everybody is concerned about you during this Twitch, Moby/JJ. Everybody does not want you to die. So we'll see how that goes.
Oh no! I wasn't banking on initiative. I had a plan.
Torum, he's kind of like the bearded man who's kind of almost kind of hesitant leader of the guards, is going to step up to Alera, and he's basically going to use his turn to kind of like pull her back away from Zolkin and to try to just get her away from, he actually pulls her back a little bit from shouting at him. She continues to shout even though he's kind of like wrestling her back, this sporadic young guard woman. He's like, calm down, let's get ready for whatever's beyond that drawbridge. Come on. Get a hold of yourself. You remember what Diana said to us?
Yeah.
We've got to stay strong. We've got to stay strong for Lady Nandar.
Yeah. Like, you get out there and you go fight.
We've got another one of our wonderful bandits who I cannot seem to find. Where are you? I rolled initiative for you. There you are. He is going to start riding up this way.
Oh my gosh.
And He is riding up that way.
Okay, come on, viewers. JJ's getting scared of the avocado. We're gonna make this happen.
Avocado. This other orc is headed towards the edge of the water. These orcs are just all.
Josh, just a heads up, you're coming up.
Oh, an orc.
Almost at initiative
Oh yeah,
10.
initiative 10.
Almost there. Yep. This orc actually gets to swimming through the water, making his way across the water. This one I think is up here. Yes. And going to throw a javelin at Moby.
Oh.
Oh!
Launches it.
Ooh.
Oh, sinks into Moby's flesh as he swims. Oh, you guys can now start to see a little bit of red floating around in the water as Moby is swimming along.
Can I, like,
And
an
it-
investigation check?
And at this point, one of the NPCs will say, hopefully that old one stays in that tower. No way a man can get scared there from afar, especially a tiny gnome. So, say,
Has
Kelly,
anyone been to
as-
Egypt?
as-
Because,
as-
like, you know, those street foods, like, you know, they serve rats and stuff. Like, that's what Moby looks like. Just a skewered rat
It's a skewered
in the streets of Asia.
So as Kella Darkhope, the Zentrum spy that you guys first met, is running up towards the tower, seeing Mulfin at the top of the tower, says, oh, hopefully that old one stays in that tower. No way a man could get skewered there from afar, especially a tiny gnome. And as she says that, he kind of turns to his side and he sees his javelin sticking out of Mulfin's chest. And then she's just like, just a frustrated sigh.
James will prove you wrong every time.
This orc is going to go ahead and jump in the water and begin to swim. And he swims to about here as he's swimming through. The other bandit that we've got here, I think this might be one that's on the other side of town here. Yep, he's just going to kind of chill out, hold an action in case somebody comes his way. We've got another orc to go. Oh, those orcs, I think, moved down there. Only the ones at the top are left. This one's going to get there and leap into the water with a splash into the river moat. This one, seeing that the one is being pummeled by a magical weapon at the top, is going to try to take advantage and take a couple step forward to the edge and throw a javelin up at this injured Zentrum spy up here. He's going to get a +2 to his AC. Throws it. It does.
Oh
not
no!
So, you guys see this orc steps up towards the drawbridge. Is not down currently; it's up. So the river is kind of flowing moat. Tosses this javelin up through. Thanks for the follow. Thanks for joining the adventure. Yes.
Congratulations, JJ.
Congratulations. Now we're gonna pause for a second because JJ said if we got 2 followers, that he was going to take a bite out of that avocado like an apple. So I want to thank you guys so much.
Yes.
Thank you, follower. Thank you for that. This is going to be
Why have you
just
done this?
amazing. Thank you so much for that. You just made my night. So,
Oh.
so JJ, without further ado, let's.
Oh, I need a countdown.
Oh, I can't wait to see this.
My drums are in the other room where I could do a drum roll for you, but here we go.
All right.
I've got a broken snare drum. Here we go. Look. Look, check it out. Here we go. I got a broken snare drum there. See, here we go.
Oh my.
There it is. Yes.
Oh!
Never disappointed in us.
Oh!
What happened? She just bit an avocado with the skin and all.
He just bit it with the skin and all. Oh man. Josh said
I've
on
never-
chat the secret is to pretend it's a banana.
Look, that makes it easier.
Did you eat a banana with the skin on it?
Welcome to
Oh.
Proficiency Bonus.
Yes. Only at Proficiency Bonus will you find this kind of behavior. Thank you, guys. Yeah, that Mystic Water, Christy, that is gross. I don't.
Oh.
Did you actually get that down, man?
That is atrocious. That is bloody atrocious.
Oh my
Oh.
gosh.
Oh, jeez.
Thank you, followers. You just made my night. Okay, so as okay, we unpause. The javelin's flying through the air, and sinks into the chest of this Zentarum, and all you see is him fall from the top of the tower, 30 feet down with a splat in between the two watchtowers.
I'm looking down from my ladder like, oh, what am I getting myself into?
And he is completely motionless with a javelin sticking right out of his chest. And that brings us to another one of these orcs up front. He's going to just kind of run down towards where JJ is. And now the injured leader starts to make his way over. Let me see what he can do.
Kill.
Oh, yes, here's good. Okay, he is going to do this, and I'm going to go ahead and make sure that my rules are not whispered, because for some reason these orcs weren't switched over. You guys are going to hear him lay out this huge war cry as he starts to speak in Orcish. And he's going to do this battle cry. So each creature of the war chief's choice that's within 30 feet, they can hear him and is not already affected, gain advantage on attack rolls until the start of the war chief's next turn. So
Oh, gosh.
basically everyone in this little area right here up to this orc. So about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of these orcs have been affected by the battle cry. So I'm going to put a little bubble, yellow bubble on these guys so that we all remember.
Can I be affected by the battle cry?
Well, you are affected. I'm not sure if it's in the way that you want to be affected.
Oh,
Damn.
Oh,
Oh, I just ate an avocado for you.
And to answer your question, Christy, Callista rolled a 4 on her initiative. So, I am so sorry. All right. Yeah, this was a pretty brutal initiative. Once we get some of these orcs out of the way, I will kind of combine
Second
probably a
happen.
lot of. Okay, the bandit that's right above Lachlan is going to step forward and is going to fire a crossbow down at this orc that's swimming across the water. So he is going to take a shot, try to put a crossbow bolt into this orc. I'm gonna find my orcs here. Here they are. No, not orcs. I need my bandit. The only thing I don't like about these modules, there's so many NPCs. Sometimes it's hard to find them all. So here comes a light crossbow, firing down as it snaps. Let's see. and that's gonna strike the orc in the back. So the crossbow bolt zings down and hits the orc. Some of the blood starts to pour out into the water, but he is still continuing to swim across. And that brings us up to Diana.
Oh my goodness, it's me finally. This comes so soon. Okay, do I have any sight on Moby at all, or do I see like the blood in the water and kind of like, hey?
You're basically down here. There's like a 15-foot palisade, a wooden palisade that's right around the whole town. So you really don't have any idea what's going on with Moby or Molphin right now. You only know that Kella Darkhope kind of started running up towards that direction. You saw them go that way, but you're just not sure what happened since they disappeared out of view behind the temple.
Okay, well, I'm going to use 25 of my movement to get to one of the other towers, the one that's opposite of where Lachlan is.
Excellent.
Sure. Yeah, I don't think I have the movement to climb up there yet, but I'm up there.
Okay.
Or not up there, there at the base of the ladder. What?
I was going to say you could use your action to dash and move another 25 feet. You wouldn't get all the way to the top of the tower. You'd kind of be on the ladder like Lachlan is.
Yeah. I was going to use it to cast Shield of Faith on Queen Gum Gum, because she's kind of important to our quest. So, in Shield of Faith, her armor will go up. And
+2 bonus to AC. Okay.
Yeah. So as I'm going, I'm just gonna be like, Shield of Faith.
Is that how
Awesome.
Sorry.
I think there's a shield icon in here somewhere.
Ooh.
Let me see. I thought there was. Love roll 20. Got so many cool little things. Yeah, let's do this one. Maybe I can put a 2 there. Yeah, there we go. Shield +2. That helps me. Awesome. So some incantations and some prayers as Diana moves towards the tower, and Gum Gum feels a little bit more protected.
Oh, man.
So this orc that was kind of stumbling before jumps into the water as well. Splash. And starts to move over towards the group, and I think I've got this last orc. It's going to move over a little bit this way, actually. And his turn about right there, trying to kind of spread out to see if they can swim across. That brings us to Molphin. Molphin, what would you like to do?
Sort of crane and moves so the javelin in his chest isn't really hitting the wall and lean down. Moby! Moby, you fool! Are you alive down there? And with that, Molphin just goes, this might help. And really? I forgot to click my token first, maybe? Okay, I'll have to figure that part out. I don't know why that popped up with those first, but he's going to reach out and sort of call out and cast Fog Cloud literally right above Moby's head.
Okay.
So basically try to create a 20-foot orb of fog around Moby. And I don't know if it'll be high enough to give basically obscure between Molphin and the people as well, but the primary focus is right on top of Moby's head so they can't see him.
Okay, awesome.
Ninja smoke bomb.
Ninja, vanish!
So as you start to do this, it kind of, the fog kind of just lifts off of the water, kind of like in the early morning, as it kind of casts up and has this kind of purplish blue glow to it as it kind of surrounds Moby and submerges him in this misty cloud from the water.
And with that, Molphin's going to lean over and point down at the injured boss down there and just scream, "Who there, Talocatch? Are you a fool? He's not the one in charge. I am. You should be conversing with me." And then sort of duck down behind the wall a little bit.
Nice. Awesome.
Try to swing some attention away from the injured gnome in the water.
Awesome. Great. That brings us up to an orc. I believe what's one of these ones over here. And he is going to get to the edge and leap into the water as well. Splash. And we've got another one of these wonderful bandit guys who aren't really doing much. It's the guy up top.
Really useless.
But he is just kind of standing guard, and he's preparing an action. Callista, I believe Christy is with us via voice chat. There she is.
Kinda.
Awesome. She's joining us from PAX. So
cool.
Can you see the map by any chance?
Pardon?
Or can you see everything? Are you able to see what's going on?
It's really laggy, so it's hard for me to tell what exactly is going on and where exactly I am.
Gotcha.
So,
Gotcha. You're kind of still in the middle of town.
I'd say,
Well, thank you so much for the follow.
yeah.
We appreciate you following.
Ooh.
And now
Table,
JJ has
table
to eat
news.
before-
Thank you so much for joining the adventure.
Table news.
Table news. And
Thank you.
yeah.
Thank you. Welcome to the party.
You just missed out on the avocado. Sorry.
But now he's gonna eat an orange.
No. There it is.
He's an Australian. He's gonna bite a freaking red kangaroo.
Yeah, I'm gonna bring a kangaroo in here. No.
Just to let all you viewers know, here in about 15 to 20 minutes, we're going to do a raffle for this evening. We're going to be giving away some fidget spinners tonight for our raffle during the break. So stay right where you're at, because we'll have a raffle going off here in just a minute. And I want to just thank you all for joining us on our adventure tonight. This is episode 5 of Storm King's Thunder. Right now, our party is defending the town of Nightstone from an orc raid. So let's see how they do. Callista, it is your turn. What would you like to do?
Yes.
Defending.
Do you have suggestions for me, DM?
Well,
I can't see.
Right now, you're standing next to like the town guards, and Zulkin is kind of starting to walk away from you. He's kind of shouting and barking orders. You're kind of right by the temple, kind of where you guys came into town. The drawbridge is still raised in a way to defend.
Okay.
So you really can't see anything that's going on, but you did see the one bandit fall out of the one tower and is now dead, lying on the area between the two watchtowers.
I'm probably gonna stick close to Lachlan at this point.
Okay. Lachlan is climbing a ladder in the one tower. Would you like to join him in the tower?
I'll follow him. Yeah,
Okay.
I'd follow him.
Sweet.
Are you going to use your action to dash as well?
I'd assume so, because I don't know. I can't see.
I believe Callista can move 30 feet, right?
Yes.
30.
Tall people and their long legs.
So basically, you're about 5 feet up this ladder. Lachlan is about 15, 20 feet up the ladder. So Lachlan's near the top, and you're just starting to kind of climb up the wooden ladder inside the tower. So that's where you'll be at. You're kind of hustling past. You kind of bump into Zulkin as you move by, like those things that high school
Get out of
kids
my way.
do in the hallway. You know, they bump their shoulders.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Like, body check him.
Yeah, like a little body check.
I'm not a fan. So. And I'll look up at Lachlan and I'll be like, hurry your little butt up. And I guess that's my turn, because I don't know if I can do anything else.
Really, you can't, because you're just kind of in a small tower that's no bigger than 10 or 12 feet. You're just kind of climbing up to the top. So Sadiri, that's the panicky blonde-haired guard, kind of just she comes back here and she jumps in the pit where this stone used to be in the center of town. She kind of sneaks back here and just nestles down in that pit as she is crying, still in a lot of shock from what has happened to Nightstone. And we've got this wonderful orc who rolled initiative 2. down here. He's going to go and dive into the water as well. So he's going to move this way, and he's going to jump into the water with a splash. And that brings us to Queen Gum Gum.
Oh my.
she
Bring
sits
it,
there.
Queen Gum Gum.
She comes, she starts to move up towards the guard that just fell out of the tower dead. She moves up to him, looks down, kind of tilts her head to the side a little bit as she's looking down, grabs a hold of the javelin that's sticking out of him, and just rips it out. Says, Gum Gum, use this.
Stone cold.
And she kind of puts it over her shoulder and looks back over her shoulder at Zulk and is like, lower this. Like points towards the drawbridge.
That's my niece, y'all.
She a little bit cray-cray. Just saying.
And that brings us up to Lachlan.
Oh, nice. All right. Now, I guess I'll use the rest of my movement to get to the top of this tower first.
Right. It takes five feet of movement. You're up at the top.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I can't really see much up here. Like my screen is pretty black.
Okay, here I'll move you over a little bit because it's probably because there is a. Can you see anything there?
Not really. I see a sliver of about, I want to say, 15 degrees worth. Oh, wow. Now I see very clearly.
There's a
whatever you did is
there's a wall there, so it's preventing you from seeing
cool.
from the top of the tower.
All right, so I'm looking out here, finally able to see what's going on, seeing all these regretting coming up here. I want to use my cunning action here to hide in the watchtower to sort of take advantage of the structure of it to obscure myself.
Okay.
And then while I'm sort of hiding and taking advantage of this tower, I want to look for one of these fresh-looking orcs and try to sneakily attack him.
Okay. One of the ones that are swimming across there?
Yeah.
Right below you? Okay. Probably this one is a fresh one. Probably the closest fresh
Sounds
one to
good.
you.
All right. I've got my eye on him. So I'm going to go ahead and try to attack him.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead and roll your damage for that.
All right.
So
And since I'm hidden, is that a sneaky one too, or how does that work?
Let's see. I was trying to find cunning action just to see exactly how the
Yeah.
how the
It's,
cunning
if you have advantage on the attack, I think.
you have advantage on the attack.
Yeah, that.
Sure.
Yep.
Well, cunning action will allow you to hide as a bonus.
Okay.
And if you're hidden, I think you get advantage, right? An
Yes.
advantage would give sneak attack.
Advantage, you have sneak attack. So yeah, you can roll. I believe it's additional D6 for your sneak attack damage.
All right.
Nice. Nicely done.
Rogues, man.
Yeah, you pelt him like right kind of in the top of the shoulder, like right between the neck and the shoulder as he's swimming across. You can tell he is in a lot of pain, but he is still alive.
Oh gosh.
But
All right,
but there is a lot of blood in the water. You hit some kind of a major artery or something, and he is he's leaking some dark red into the river moat.
I end my turn looking a little terrified.
So that was definitely a great shot. And that brings us up to Moby, who is now completely surrounded in this fog cloud that's lifted off of the water. And Mr. Avocado, what would you like to do?
Woo! All right, so trapped in this little fog cloud. That was my dog. You probably heard that, man. It wasn't me.
Is that an animal companion?
He
And again.
He said in dog language, "Don't die."
Thanks, pal. I'm gonna be like a little ominous little shadow in the fog, and I'm gonna kind of like shout out like in a plea, like, "You fools! Giants are attacking! Flee!" And I'm gonna cast command, and I'm gonna cast flee on the big boy, the main boy.
Oh, nice. Succeed on a wisdom saving throw or follow the command on his next turn. Excellent. Let's that's awesome. What is your spell save DC? What am I rolling against?
13.
13. So wisdom save with a 13.
Come on, something good. Yay!
Oh, he definitely fails. So, Flea, as you say that, you can't really see it because even your vision's obscured because of the fog cloud and being completely surrounded. But you're pretty confident in your ability to manipulate these creatures, even the leaders. So yeah, it's the avocado. It must have done it.
He knows you mean business.
So that means we owe this working to our followers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Our followers, our viewers tonight have really helped you guys out. So
Whew.
all of you watching live right now on Twitch and jumping in the chat, and you have helped these guys tremendously. Don't forget, Moby, you do still have that nat 20 that you're holding on to for this session, and Diana, you still have your DM's inspiration that you can use this session. So don't forget that you have that. Okay, Moby, is that going to end your turn?
Yes, please.
Okay, so Kella is going to continue running towards where Malfin is, seeing that Malfin has started to angrily shout out off of the tower. She's getting a little bit concerned. So she is going to sprint towards that way, and she's going to be shouting, Malfin, what is going on? As she's sprinting towards you.
Moffin's just going to ignore and keep yelling down over at the orcs.
Nice. One of the orcs, who is actually boosted right now, starts to head over towards the ledge. Can't really see what's going on, but leaps into the water and kind of starts to swim into the water. Swimming into the fog, not really being able to see much, and that he can't see anything, so he's going to kind of end his turn right there. Bandit, I believe, is here. Yeah, that's the bandit on the far side. That's awesome. Sorry, guys. I'm late to the chat all the time because that bandit is dead. I'm going to remove him from the initiative order. Yeah, there goes.
R.I.P.
R.I.P. Okay, this guy, this fellow over here is super angry that there were shots being fired at him. So he's going to start swimming across as well. He's only going to get to about right there, though, as he swims. Tons of orcs go. This one's going to jump in the water and get to about there, heading towards Molfin.
Yes.
This one's going to continue to swim across, trying to go swim around the fog cloud. This one continues to swim as well, as they're swimming down towards the tower of where Molfin is. Molfin's getting a lot of attention this episode. Molfin's getting a lot of attention this episode. Okay, the one orc that was hit by the crossbow bolt from above is going to finish swimming across, and he actually gets all the way over and starts to climb up the ledge, kind of like the rocky ledge, kind of struggling. It's kind of almost like gravel here as he's struggling to climb up, getting near the bottom of where the base of the tower is. Can't really see anybody from that close to get a shot off or throw anything at anybody. The next orc, which is down here, I believe. Nope, up top. It's also going to leap into the water and swim kind of through the edge of the fog cloud. Not being able to see Moby in the water, but tasting a little bit of Moby's blood as he's swimming through. Kaylin is...
It's like avocado.
Kaylin steps up and has his spear ready, heading towards where Gum Gum is located. Slowly walking, not in really any big hurry, because he had heard Zulkin's command that once half of the forces were defeated, that they would lower the drawbridge, and he seems like the bravest out of the guards who would be willing to step out there. Alara is continuing to go berserk as Torum continues to try to calm her down, but it's only making things worse. She's going nuts and just basically taking an adult temper tantrum in the middle of Nightstone right now. Basically just having an all mental crash from everything that's happened these last couple of days here in Nightstone. And then it brings us to a few more orcs, because there's a lot of them. And they're going to continue to move. This one's going to continue to move in, jump in the water, and start swimming. A little bit south of Moby. And this one is going to also jump in the water here and start to swim next to Gorish right here. Zulkin turns back to Torum here, holding on to Alara. Will you calm her down? Goodness gracious. And, and he starts to just kind of walk forward, kind of ignoring, and kind of points to this guard and just points towards Gum Gum as well. It's like, you there, just wait. Once we have half of them destroyed out front, we will lower the gate and you will get your chance. My goodness. Looks towards Diana and says, your niece is absolutely crazy.
Hey, don't talk smack about my family. They'll be your in-laws soon enough. You leave her alone.
Presumptuous.
His eyes get kind of wide, and he's like,
boy, you fine.
And that confidently ends his turn. No, he goes down to some more orcs who jump into the water and start swimming across. That brings us to Torum, and Torum looks towards Zulkin and says, I am trying to calm her down, but we've been through so much, my goodness. And now we're being attacked by orcs. What can you expect? As he continues to drag her back, trying to calm her down, he moves back a little bit, grabbing Alara and pulling her back. That brings us up to another one of these bandits who I believe is on horseback down here. Yes, and he's riding up. 45, 50. He gets up to about... Oh, let go of him. There we go. And you guys hear... Diana, you actually hear the clopping of hooves on the dirt path to the south as this other Zentrum is heading up towards you. Kind of pulling out his crossbow, getting ready as if action is about to take place. Another orc is up. And we're getting close to Josh's turn again, our viewer who has been chiming in. This orc jumps into the water and starts swimming across. This orc continues to swim across, gets the whole way across, and starts climbing up towards the palisade. It's kind of rough. The gravel is difficult. Gets up to the base of the palisade and is just kind of expecting the wooden wall for the rest of his turn. This other This other orc up top here comes to the edge and jumps into the water and starts swimming across.
Okay, we've got our feedback from Josh. A possible pre-mortem line for an NPC.
Excellent, excellent, Josh. We will definitely be using that as well. Yes, and to our other viewer on Twitch chat, these bandits are actually Zentrum spies that have come to Nightstone. They are friendly to them at this point, but they're not they're not exactly best buddies with our party. But as right now,
foreshadowing.
Anything is better than a band of orcs, which are coming right for the walls. So that brings us up to another orc who is continuing to swim across. Just above where Lachlan and the tower are. We've got another one of our bandit friends.
You're next.
I think this guy is one that is just over on the other side of town, and he's kind of just ready in action in case they come that way. Yes. So we're going to skip him. He's just kind of ready in his attack. We'll get to these other orcs that are continuing to swim. Oh, yeah, this one's continuing to swim 5, 10, 15 down towards Mulfin as they're all continuing to find their way towards our wonderful old gnomish friend. This orc that killed the other bandit can see the other one that's kind of dangling over the edge. He's going to grab another one of his javelins and toss it up towards this other Zentarum bandit at the top here of the other tower. So his javelin comes flying as he thrusts it through the air. This bandit has a +2 AC, and the javelin strikes him in the shoulder. Lachlan, you notice as you're kind of hiding behind the ledge there. This javelin sticks into him, and you see him kind of bend down towards you. And he's just like, ugh, ah! His blood starts to seep out from his hand.
Don't get any on me.
And that ends that orc's turn. These orcs, another orc from above, I believe. Yes. Unfortunately, these orcs aren't going to be able to use their ability because of what Mulfin did. Splashes into the water and starts to swim.
Yeah.
Because they have an idea Moby might be in there, but they're not totally 100% sure where he is. They can't see him.
So awesome.
Then we go, the leader looks towards Mulfin and starts to just growl at Mulfin. And let's see how far away you are from him right now.
This one was under the effect of the command, Michael.
Oh, yes, he was. So he's under the effect of flee. So you hear him shout something in Orcish. And all of a sudden, all of the orcs in the water stop swimming and look back at him with the oddest look you'd think you'd ever seen anybody give anybody before. Like, just this just stunned look as he then turns around and just starts to walk away.
Moby.
So all of the orcs now are just like
Good play, good play.
jaws dropped, looking at each other, just kind of treading water in this river.
What?
No idea what to do, as they're so confused. And that brings us to: does that just happen for one round or one turn?
Yeah, it just says one round.
Okay. Yeah, let's double check. So, yeah, I guess it just happens when we're within range. Target must see. Next turn, the spell has no effect. The target is undead. It doesn't understand the life. The target spends its turn moving away from you by the fastest available means. So actually, he sprints.
Huh.
So he's going to move
Is that where
another.
he's using the dash action?
Yeah, he's using the dash action. He is sprinting up as far away from that area as he possibly can. So all of a sudden, this orc leader just starts barking a new command, turning around, and just... You can tell he's in pain as he's sprinting because he's got these arrows sticking out of him. He's still injured.
Ow, 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 ow.
As he's running. And then all of a sudden, you see him kind of like come to a stop here in the distance and have this puzzled look on his face. And then we go to the bandit that just took a javelin to the chest, turns around, looks towards Lachlan, and it's just like, there's one at the bottom. We've got to stop him. And he leaps. He comes over with his light crossbow and fires straight down at the one that's kind of at the base of the tower.
Yeah, get him.
So he is going to fire his light crossbow right at this orc He was trying to come for him. And wow, it strikes the orc right in the face. And immediately the orc's eyes roll back in the back of his head. He goes completely limp and does like a backwards Nestea splash into the water as he totally loses his life, and he starts to float gradually downstream of the river as this orc has been killed.
Nice shot.
And he kind of leans back over and he's holding on to his wound. He's like, your turn.
How am I gonna upstage that one? Wow.
And it's Diana's turn as she is at the base of the other tower.
Okie dokie. Okay, so I have 30 feet of movement, so I'm like already like 25 was to get to the tower, and 5 would put me partially up it, right?
20. You have 25 feet of movement. That's how much you have.
I have 30.
You have 30.
I have 30.
Yeah. So you, with one movement, you'll be about 5 feet from the top, right from where you're at. So.
Oh, okay, cool. So then I'll use 5 feet. I have to move around this way, I think, because I can't see anything.
Okay. Actually, you were probably. I think the last time you were in there.
Okay.
You'll say one movement will get you to the top. You'll be fine.
All right, cool. I can't see anything, so I have to like move myself to a place where I have
So
visual.
here, I'll move you to. So here's like if you were standing on top of the tower.
Oh, okay.
This is what outside looks like. Okay.
Oh, okay, cool.
Absolutely.
Do I see Moby?
No, because he's way up north and he's submerged in a fog cloud in the river right now. So
Okay.
the orcs that are right beside him can't even see him, and they're all so confused right now. They have no idea what's going on.
Okay. Does anyone near me need healing?
Well, you see a dead orc floating in the water with a crossbow bolt between the eyes.
He don't need that.
It doesn't appear as if... Well, you can see on the other tower across from you, you can see that the other Zentrum has a javelin still stuck in his kind of like shoulder, chest area.
Okay, how many guys are near me?
Like enemies or...
Yeah,
enemies? Well, you got this orc is in front of you down here. He's the one who killed that bandit over there. And all these guys down here, you can see are swimming across the river, headed towards the palisade wall.
And they're within 30 feet of me? Yeah, I think they
measure it
are.
out. Well, you'd be measuring from the top of the tower. So, let's see. Top of the tower would give you... There's...
Pythagorean theorem.
The one right here is in... the leader guy is actually in range of your 30 feet.
Okay,
And
so
this
I
other
have
orc.
a thing called Channel Divinity, Radiance of the Dawn. It's at 2nd level. Can I do that?
Sure,
I'm level 2.
Let's check it out. I'm not too familiar with that, but I can jump in here and see what
It's from the light domain.
the light domain.
So that
Sweet.
fixed my domain finally.
Alright, Bard, Cleric. Here we go. Channel Divinity, Light Domain.
Yeah, here. I'll copy and paste what I have because it's not in the Roll20 thing.
Oh, wow, that's a pretty cool ability.
Actually, you present your holy symbol,
Yeah.
and a magical darkness within 30 feet of you is dispelled. Additionally, each hostile creature within 30 feet of you must make a constitution saving. Creature takes radiant damage 2d10 plus your cleric level in the face. Yes, you can do that. It's not gonna like the darkness really isn't gonna matter because it's kind of daylight, and you know there's not really any darkness. So, but yeah, you can go ahead and cast that.
Awesome. I'll do that. I think it's not in the Roll20 system, so I don't have like a spell like thing that I can just click for it.
Right.
I don't think.
Yeah, they have to make saving throws. So I need to make a saving throw for the one orc. And actually, wait a minute. I'm gonna see if these other ones are in your radius as well. That one is. That one is not. So it actually hits 2 of the orcs and the orc leader over here. So
Okay.
I'm gonna go ahead and make 2 Constitution saving throws for the regular orcs.
And then I have to roll my damage. Oh, wait, I did that
Yes.
wrong.
And actually, if they want to fail saving, and they still take half damage even if they don't save. So here's 2 con saves coming for orcs.
Okay, and that 12 is the damage, and then I have to add my cleric my cleric level to it. Yes, so that's 14 points of damage for anyone who did not make their save.
Okay. Do me a favor and roll. Can you type in /roll 1d2? Can you roll a
Okay.
d2 for me? I want to see which one
Yeah.
of these orcs is the one that's affected the most.
Okay.
If you roll a 1, it's the top one, 2, the bottom one. Okay, so the bottom one is the one who actually fails the save. So he's going to take the bulk of that damage. And wow, 14 points of damage, you said?
Yes.
Wow. He is still standing, but he is actually like sizzling with radiant energy. Like his flesh has been melted, and he is basically just standing there with some of his flesh just leaking off of him. Like as this radiance, this brilliant radiance just expands out from you in your holy symbol. Just wrapping around these creatures.
That is so cool.
Team Doll for the win.
The other one did make his save, but he takes half damage, and you notice he just melts into the river.
Only melts into the river, no big deal.
He melts into the river, and there's just kind of like this leaky puddle of nasty orc flesh that is just starting to run down the river, and it kind of starts to puddle up around this other dead orc's body as it's floating down as well.
I'm just looking at my hands like, oh my god.
My poor great-grandson is being warped by Team Tall.
Team Doll.
Somebody in chat just says, LOL, she just became a lighthouse. That is awesome. That is amazing. Yes, she did become a lighthouse.
A lighthouse that melts.
There it is.
That is so
And
cool.
she's got the real light there to show us. Yeah, she is dangerous.
I dropped hot wax on myself. It wasn't worth it.
Oh no, oh no. Okay, and this guy's got to make a Constitution saving throw as well to see if he makes his save. And I did not whisper the roll, but he rolled a 12. I don't think that's good enough to beat your spell save DC, Diana, right?
My spell to save DC is a 14.
All right, so he is going to take all the damage as well as this radiant energy just blasts from the top of the tower. And just the edge of it catches him, but it sears his flesh and really causes him to stutter a little bit in the water and kind of sink below the water for a few seconds as he's swimming across. Definitely did a lot of damage to each of them. All right. Anything else you'd like to do, Diana?
That's all.
That's all. Excellent. And as that orc was being blasted into a puddle, his thoughts say, if I knew I was going to die here, I would have had a better last meal. I had to guilt myself to eat healthy with a blasted avocado. Compliments of our
This stuff will kill
viewer,
ya.
Josh. Thank you for just a wonderful viewer decision, Josh. And on that note, we are going to go ahead and take a break. I know we're in the middle of combat, but this is a pretty hefty combat. So we're going to go ahead and take our break here. And what we're going to do is, I believe, JJ, you have some fidget spinners, don't you? Do you have some fidget spinners out there?
I have too many. I have too many to give away.
All right.
Literally too many.
Okay, yeah, look at it. There's a green one right there. Yeah, he's got fidget spinners. We're going to do a fidget spinner giveaway tonight. We're going to give away, for this first giveaway, we're going to do three fidget spinners. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and open up a raffle here on the Twitch chat for everybody who's viewing right now. So I'm going to open this raffle up. We've got a raffle open now. All you have to do is type in !raffle, and it will enter your profile name into the yeah, Christy, you don't qualify.
Yeah.
God damn it.
All
But,
you
but I'm in a different address right now, so does that count?
It's okay if you don't, Dune.
yeah, it's okay if you don't. If you don't, you can always win it and then give it away.
True.
So if you would
I'll
like to
behave.
try to enter to win a fidget spinner, go ahead and hit the exclamation point raffle to get yourself entered in to our raffle during the break. We're going to take a short 5 to 7 minute break to go refill drinks, grab a quick snack, and we will be back for the rest of our episode here, episode 5 of Storm King as we are attempting to defend the town of Nightstone here. So we're going to take a 5-minute break, and we will see you guys really soon. So stay put, and we'll see you soon.
Nightstone, nothing. We're attempting to save Moby.
Well, welcome back, everybody. We just got back from our quick break. We are back here for episode 5 of Storm King's Thunder right here on Proficiency Bonus. Thank you so much for tuning in. And I was just been told that JJ decided we're going to sweeten this deal of this giveaway. Where to add to the fidget spinners, he is going to throw in a set of dice to go with those fidget spinners. So I'm going to continue a full set of dice. So it's in the Twitch chat right now what he's going to include. So go ahead and type in !raffle to get yourself entered into the raffle. I'm going to leave it open for a little while longer so that we can get a lucky winner here this evening live on the stream. So where we had just left off, our adventurers are continuing to try to defend the town of Nightstone against this band of orcs. Dune, that's perfectly okay if you don't feel right entering our raffle, but it's totally up to you. We like to give away free stuff, even if you just got here.
That's true. Please enter, because I got a bunch of dice at home. I want to pawn off to you, and their quality have not been used because, you know, I don't have enough people to play IRL at the moment. So, feel like learning me.
Hey, welcome to the raffle, Dune.
Yes,
Alright.
man.
Now,
Oh,
couple
welcome
into
to
the
the
raffle.
raffle,
Now we got
Kaplan.
multiple people.
It's the dice, man, I tell you. Nobody wants those fidget spinners.
Oh, mate. Don't worry. They'll be getting some sweet stuff.
So that brings us up to another orc. Actually, that orc is the one that got turned into mush by Diana. So that orc will not be participating in this battle
Awesome.
any longer. So we go to another orc that is up here and just watched his leader sprint away from battle and is absolutely stunned. So he's going to stay stunned as he's staring at his leader who had just stopped and is kind of just looking oddly at him down towards the ground and then just like looking at his hands like, what am I doing? That brings us up to Mulfin.
Oh, no.
Right now, everybody in the water is completely shocked with jaws dropped. They have no idea what is going on. And Moby is down there totally immersed in your fog cloud.
Looking straight down over the wall at the ground, what does the ground in front of the wall look like?
Straight down.
Is it like a steep up? Yeah, like where the
It's
like basically this part over here.
yeah. It's about a 5 to 10 foot ledge. It's kind of slanted, and it's kind of just stony gravel is what it's kind of built up on.
And this guy in the distance, the head guy who was running away, he looks like he's in pretty rough shape, right?
Yeah, he's got a few arrows in him. He looks like the leader of the group, so he's probably still a little bit, he still looks tough. I mean, he's a pretty big orc with huge muscles.
In the instance of beyond his better judgment to save his great-grandnephew, Mulfin will stand up, put the staff on the ground, reach one hand out, pointing towards that boss in the distance, and scream, "You there! That's right! Run! Run like the coward you are!" And then fire off a firebolt at him.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. So, what does your firebolt look like?
As Mulfin puts the staff down and reaches one hand out right beside it, literally just a small single, looks almost like a bent, gnarled, elderly finger shoots out of the end of the staff straight out. Just like that old grandparent that's jabbing you in the neck going, "What do you think you're doing?"
Yes. This, Moby, you notice this, even through the fog, you can see this glare of this thing shooting over top, and it slams into the back of this guy as he's sitting there kind of stunned. Go ahead and roll your damage.
Okay. Give me something nice. Not bad.
It slams into his back. And he turns around, looks over his shoulder, and you can see his look of confusion turns into a look of hatred, even from that distance. You can tell on his face, Molfin.
You dare not challenge Muffin Zodnik Amaranthos Wispidle Green East. Now continue running away. And then drops back down to the wall.
Nice. Then we got another orc. Let's see where this orc is. Okay, he's continuing to swim. Splashing across. Heading towards, seeing Diana up there, just blasting all of these people around her with this glaring light, decides to head after her. And that brings us to another one of our bandit friends who he is continuing to hold his action because he doesn't have much to do. That brings us back to Callista. Christy, are you still with us?
Yes, sorry,
All
I was
right.
muted.
It's all good. It's all good. Brings us up to you. You are about 20 feet from the top of the tower where Lachlan is.
Okay, I'll go up to the top.
Okay.
And the person beside me, the bandit, he's wounded, right?
Yes, he is wounded.
How badly wounded? Like, does he look like he'll survive another round if I don't heal him?
Yeah, he looks like he'll survive. He looks like he's pretty hurt, but he looks like he'll be okay.
Okay, and is there anyone directly below us again? Like the one that he shot died, right?
There is one below you swimming about, well, it's be 30 feet down and about 10 feet out from the tower. But he's still swimming across. He's almost reached the other side to your side.
I don't know if I can do this, but tell me if I can. Can I cast Entangle, like, at the very base of the tower and kind of up the tower? Is that allowed?
Let me
Like,
check out. Let me check out.
To make
the
it
spell
harder
description.
for them to climb?
I can check it out. Let's see.
Yeah, I'm just going by memory, sorry.
It's all
I don't have
good.
anything here.
It's all
In the
good.
middle of the Westin Hotel in Seattle. Convention.
Entangle. Let's see. One action, 90 feet. Concentration. Person runs route from the ground at 20 feet square. Yeah.
Would that work? It makes it like difficult terrain, right?
Yeah, it'll make it difficult terrain. Yes. And it's
Okay,
yeah,
I'll do that.
So you Callista gets to the top, looks around, looks at the bandit, and casts him like a little look there, and then starts to recite her incantations to cast her entangle spell. Your entangle spell actually kind of surrounds most of the front of the tower with these sharp vines, and it also covers a little bit of the palisade to your right, as some of these vines and it just uproots
Okay.
a bunch of these entangled briars and things down towards the base to make it very difficult for them to even get close to the tower.
Then I will duck down beside Lachlan and just, yeah, I'll stay there for now.
Okay. Lachlan, Callista just ducks down after casting her spell and just kind of hanging out with you right there.
Fancy seeing you here.
Quite.
Okay.
Don't die!
Sadiri continues to hide in the big hole in the middle of town.
Wow, she's helpful.
This other orc continues to swim across towards the palisade. That brings us to Gum Gum. Gum Gum decides that she's tired of waiting. Saw Diana go up in that tower. So runs down here. 10, 15, 20, 25. Sprints up to the top using all of her action as her second movement. And Gum Gum is now on the top of the tower with you on this side, Diana. Not only holding her scimitar, but also holding one of the orc javelins that she pulled out from the bandit's chest that's laying dead in between the towers. And that point, that brings us to the top of the next round. Those of you who haven't gotten a chance to enter our raffle, we are giving away fidget spinners and a free set of dice. So if you want to get a chance to get in that raffle, we're going to let it go for about 2 more minutes, and then we're going to close that raffle and pick a winner. So if you type in !raffle into the Twitch chat, it will enter you into that raffle for your chance to win. So thank you guys for tuning in, and that brings us up to the top of the round with Lachlan. Lachlan, what would
Cool.
you like to do?
All right, so the orc that's kind of approaching in the water down there to the south a little bit, I want to kind of deter him from wanting to move any further by sending a little. If I have to, I guess before I do that, I want to kind of use my cunning action to kind of just dodge around a little bit up in the tower so that I'm still hidden, so they don't maybe peek up so they don't know where I'm coming from.
Okay.
Um,
And you're shooting at this one down here. Is that what you were saying?
yes,
Okay.
that guy.
Gotcha.
I think he's barely in my range considering the height and everything.
Okay, gotcha. Go ahead and roll your damage. And add your sneak attack as well. So you kind of pop out. You kind of crawl past Callista a little bit to get a different vantage point, so they're not really sure which way you're going to pop up from. And you pop up and you fire that down, and he has no idea that you were. He's totally focused on the other tower as this arrow zings down and strikes him. Also, kind of in the top shoulder area, the way he's swimming towards you. And you can see a lot of this blood kind of pour out into the water. He's still swimming though. But you can tell you did a significant amount of damage to him.
Kella and Zolkin better be seeing this. And then that's the end of my turn.
That brings us to Moby.
All right. I'm alone. Well, actually, I'm probably not alone. Alone in this fog cloud. What I'm going to do, I'm going to lay some hands on myself. Let's get sensual. And I heal myself for 10 points. Lay on hand. Let's do it.
We need a.
I just kind of like.
Do we need a bard here to start singing? When I think about you, I touch myself. We don't have a bard in the party though.
So I start like, kind of like rubbing the wounds, like, oh, please get better, please.
Awesome. So as you're laying on hands, your divine energy kind of pours into you, bringing some of that vitalization back. Anything else you'd like to do, Moby?
I'm still getting those temporary hit points, aren't I, from heroism?
Yes.
So that's handy. No, that's it. I think that's all.
Okay. So we go back to Kella, who continues to head towards Malfin's tower. And she uses her action to also sprint up to the top. And Malfin, Kella pops up to the top of the tower and sees you hiding behind the ledge. And looks towards you and she's like, what's happening? Are you okay?
Malfin looks down at the javelin still stuck in his chest and just points over the edge and just says, "There's an army rapidly approaching as I seem to have angered the dull cop of a leader."
She kind of rolls her eyes at you, Malfin, and then just like, where's the other little one? The one with the red hair. Where is he?
In the middle of the army.
Where else?
She just looks at you like her shoulders just like drop, like almost like in disbelief. And that one.
Don't ask me. He gets that from his great grandmother's side. Not me. That's my sister. It's her fault.
Thank you so much for the follow.
Oh,
Is that Todd Life? Welcome to the stream. It's good to see you. I'm sorry. I'm having trouble reading the names off of the OBS screen, but it's welcome to the stream. I'm glad you're joining the adventure. Yeah. So she just is really just almost face palming right now. She has no idea what to think or what to say, and she's starting to get some of her weapons ready, and she's looking for what, and she realizes that Lachlan has her hand crossbow. So she's kind of like patting her, and she realizes that she doesn't have anything to use from long range.
Whoops.
This orc continues to swim. I gotta move the fog cloud though, because I'm accidentally grabbing it.
I'm exposed.
Decides. Actually, you know what? I want to do something. I want to make a. I want to make. Let's make this an intelligence check. Okay, never mind. He actually follows the commands of his leader and starts to climb out of the water on the other side.
Yeah.
And starts to flee.
Yeah.
I love it works.
Okay, so we've got this other bandit. This guy, I believe, was he was on the other side, so he's kind of ready in an action. And we've got this guy who is really mad at Diana right now. And he starts swimming that way towards Diana. Kind of butts away this orc that just got shot in the shoulder with Lachlan's arrow. Just like swims roughly by, like looking at that tower where Diana is, and just like focused on there. Half of his face is kind of like melting of flesh from where the rays of the radiant energy just blasted him. And another orc is going to have to make an intelligence save here.
Come on. A doozy. Give me a doozy.
Here it comes.
Oh, my lord. Oh, my lord.
He's not buying this. He's aware that something is up and continues to swim over towards Mulfin, splashing as he goes aggressively through the water. This next orc was also in range of this leader. He's going to make an intelligence check to see how smart he is on this whole thing. And he rolled over a 10, so he's going to continue to swim in towards Mulfin. He actually gets to the edge and starts crawling up onto the rocky ledge at the bottom of the base of this tower where Mulfin is hiding out. The next orc will go and make an intelligence check. And we'll see what happens to this one. This guy is okay with going forward, and he's going to crawl up, and he actually gets to near the base of the tower as the gravel starts to crumple and slide down the hill into the water. Then we're going to go on to this orc, who must be down below here. Actually, he's dead, so we're going to ignore him. And we're going to go to another orc up top, I believe. Yes, this one's going to make an intelligence check to see what he does in regards to his command. He just makes it. So I'm going to move that out of the way. He's going to continue to swim. 5, 10, 15 right there. And at this point, what I'm going to do, since I've got several people that are logged in and watching and are in on our giveaway, I'm going to go ahead and close the raffle, and we're going to go ahead and draw our winner for this evening. And our winner for this evening is, congratulations, Todd Life. You are our winner of our raffle tonight. Todd Life, congratulations. You are the winner of the pack of dice and the fidget spinners. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and put the proficiency bonus email address. If you could email your information to us, so that we can go ahead and get you these items, we will mail them out to you right away. So it's simple. It's proficiency_bonus@gmail.com. You email us there. Yes, congratulations. email us right there at proficiencybonus@gmail.com with your mailing information, and we will get that prize out to you as soon as possible. So congratulations, Todd Life. Thank you for joining the stream, and thank you for entering our giveaway for this evening. And we are going to go to... We're going to go to Kaylin. Kaylin is continuing to wait for the drawbridge to drop. So he's just going to take a couple steps closer. Actually, he's going to come up to the bandit that was killed, and he kind of leans down and sets one hand on the shoulder of this what is now corpse, and kind of looks a little torn internally about what is happening here with Nightstone, and it seems like all the pressure of the last few days is just weighing down on him, but he still is kind of holding himself together. Alara, on the other hand, is just still going completely nuts in the background. You guys can just hear her going crazy as she just demands this Zolkin fellow to just stop with all of his commands, and his leadership is going to fail, and all these cuss words are flying out of her mouth, and she's just going absolutely nuts towards this guy. You can tell it's kind of starting to get to Zolkin a little bit, but he knows that this lady is just completely crazy. So we go to one of our orcs, who needs to make an intelligence check up at the top. See what he decides to do, and he's going to continue. I'm critting stuff like crazy tonight.
Wow.
Oh my
Where is this coming from?
At least it's not attack rolls. I'll take it.
It is crazy. So okay, awesome. Okay, awesome. So we're gonna go ahead and move on to the next orc, who is not at the top here. It's another one here down at the bottom.
Stay away from me.
Swimming towards the palisade. Zolkin's turn. Zolkin is going to take a couple steps forward, look towards Kaylin, who is down there kind of looking over. He served us well, but we must keep defending this town. And Kaylin kind of looks up to him and just kind of gives him a silent nod, almost like, you know, I don't really want to follow your instructions, but I guess it's better than being killed. So that brings us up to an orc. Not one at the top. One at the bottom, who continues to swim, splashing his way across. Torum continues to try to calm Alara down to and trying to just basically just he's actually almost starting to aggressively yell at her now. It was kind of like, at first it was like a calm kind of speaking to her. Now it's like you guys can, especially you down below, even the ones in the towers, can start to hear like this screaming match happening behind you in the center of town as these two guards are just kind of going at it. Another bandit friend. I believe this is one that's kind of near the top, not doing anything, just chilling. Or is this our guy on the horseback? I think it's our guy on horseback. Yeah, there he is. He's going to move up a little bit more on horseback towards Zolkin, and then he's going to dismount right in front of Zolkin here. If it will let me select him. There we go. He dismounts, gets his crossbow ready, and Zolkin kind of points up to one of the towers, and he just kind of nods towards Zolkin as he gets ready to move. The next orc that we've got coming at us looks like one towards the top. Nope. Yep. Nope. Where are you, orc? You disappeared on me. There you are. Swimming towards the palisade at the bottom. Orc. This one, right here, has reached the wall and is trying to climb the wooden palisade wall, but can't even get like any handholds whatsoever. You can just hear like probably Lachlan and Callista and this other bandit that's on the top of this tower. You guys can hear the scratching along the wall of his nasty nails on his hand as he's trying to grip something on these wooden beams that are just standing straight up, these wooden posts, and he's just kind of scratching into the wood as he's trying to climb up. He gets some grip sometimes and then slips and slides down. It almost seems like he's getting splinters
Nope,
all through
not
his
today.
hands and stuff like that. He's just trying and he just can't climb it.
Yeah, that'll keep him busy for a while.
Good. I'm so done with it.
Another orc up top has to make an intelligence check.
Something good.
Ah,
Come on.
big whammy, no money. Big whammy, no money.
Oh.
And he's going to continue swimming towards the side. 10, 15. He's continuing to swim towards the other orc that we've got here at 8 is right here. Swims all the way across and gets the edge and realizes that there is just so much brush and briar bushes from the spell that Callista casted from the bottom, and starts to slowly move his way north to see if he can find another area to try to break through. But it's difficult terrain, so he can't move too far. He's trying to weave his way through all these thorny briars and things like that as he's trying to just get as close to this wooden palisade wall as he absolutely can. That brings us to another bandit who is still holding an action on the other side of town. We've got another orc who is going to make an intelligence check at the top to see what he does in response to his leader's commands. And he actually fails. So he actually spins around and starts swimming back the other way. He gets about to the shoreline of the opposite side as he is swimming back away from the group. The next orc is the one that was kind of attacking from across where the drawbridge would normally be falling down. Table News is jumping in to chat. If you guys want to go ahead and if one of our
I'm in there
players
with
wanna
them.
jump in and
What doesn't dexterity do?
Dexterity does everything for characters like Lachlan.
Yeah. It's kind of the best stat. Yeah.
So this orc is going to pull out a javelin, seeing Gum Gum at the top of the tower, and launch a javelin at Gum Gum. So here comes.
And I'm about to go rage.
Here comes a javelin.
Damn.
Gum. Oh, and even with a +2 AC, I think that is going to hit Gum Gum. Yes. So this javelin comes, and all of a sudden, Gum Gum kind of comes to the top of the steps. Diana sees you and has this bright smile in her face as she sees you and got to witness that mighty divine energy that you just blasted out from the top of the tower, creating this lighthouse. It made her so excited. She was just so happy to see you. Then all of a sudden, this javelin comes flying across and drills her right in the side of the chest area. And immediately you can see her face change from delight to like this immediate like ow as it strikes her.
No.
As she is still alive, but you can tell it did a lot of damage to you.
I screamed like on instinct. No.
Gum Gum, no.
More dramatic.
Okay, that's all that orc is going to do.
Damn shake as Diana's about to jump off the roof to kill it.
Yeah.
Join me.
If a
In the river.
cleric could rage, right?
I'm gonna start multi-classing.
And
Yes.
this other orc fails, climbs out of the water on the other side, and starts to flee.
Sweet. Moby.
And he's actually going to use. He's going to dash too, like he's heading towards his leader. So he gets all the way to there. That brings us to the leader, and he is glaring back towards Mulfin, where he just got this blast of fiery energy that just drilled him in the back. This finger of fire that went across through the sky.
Like fire concho.
So he turns around and he starts sprinting back. And as he's sprinting back, he's seeing these other orcs, these 3 orcs that are turned around and kind of running back there with him. And he's just barking at them and pointing them in the other direction. And now they are really confused because they have no idea. Like, one just kind of just goes like this. Just like hasn't got an idea what is going on. And this guy is able to get all the way back here. And he's dashing too, so he is running as fast as he can and diving into the water. And gets to a bump right there with his dash as he leaps off of the ledge, face first, putting both arms out, splashing in. Huge splash of water as this beast of an orc just slams into there. Looks like he is absolutely steaming mad with still these arrows sticking out of him. He seems to be totally just has no idea the pain that he's feeling as he's running towards Mulfin.
That might have been a mistake.
This injured bandit reloaded his crossbow, pops back up, and he's going to fire a crossbow bolt at the orc that's standing right across the drawbridge area with all this like melted flesh, and you can see underneath it. Goes to try to fire this bolt at the orc. Let's see how he does with the light crossbow fire.
Damn.
Oh, wow.
Another awesome shot as he puts this one right through the left eye of the orc. Popping up. There it goes. Flying through. You can see it in Lachlan. You hear the impact, and you hear just the oof, and then the as the orc falls to the ground.
I clapped the bandit on his wounded shoulder like, nice job!
He's like, ow, ow, oh.
Sorry.
It's the Zentrum trained me for this. As he looks.
Well, they sure gave you some good training.
So yeah, there's like 2 credited to him. As he pops up. And that finishes his turn. It goes to Diana as you just witnessed Gum Gum get struck by that javelin that completely caught her off guard and surprised her.
So Sacred Flame has 60 feet.
Sure.
And where's the orc that did it?
The orc that did it just died.
He died?
Yep. The bandit from the other side just put a crossbow bolt through his left eye.
Cool. I'm vengeful. I'm
lucky.
gonna kill his entire family and friends.
Whoa!
You heard it first here on Proficiency Bonus. Diana is the vengeful cleric, and she's gonna kill their entire
The
family.
campaign, everyone. Let's new mission.
I'm gonna kill his entire family. Oh my gosh. Subtle.
Game tool.
And yeah, Sacred Flame. Oopsie. What did I just press? I pressed it twice by accident.
Okay, so DC 14. Now, which one are you casting it on over here? There's a couple right here, Diana. There's the kind of like the second leader who's down here. There's also this orc within 60 feet of you. Pretty much all these orcs down here at the bottom, except for... Well, actually, they all are. They're all in your range, so whoever you'd like to hit with a Sacred Flame.
Is it like a blast that can like spray all of them, or do I have to actually direct it?
It kind of only directs towards one and just kind of consumes one in flame.
Okay, then I'll hit the one that has a name, because he seems like he'd be the most powerful.
Okay, yeah, you can tell he's kind of wearing like a helmet and stuff, so he's a little bit different than the
Alright,
others.
I'm bossing him.
Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and roll a dexterity save for him to see if he can withstand this. So let's see how he does. Let's see how he does. and I whispered it, but he only rolled a 4, so he's going to take all the damage. So, and you rolled an 8 on your first one. So, yeah, as you say your prayer and grab your holy symbol, Diana, all of a sudden now from the light that once came from you and created this lighthouse from the tower is now just completely consuming around this swimming mass of orc through the water. And you can tell that the damage is causing some of this smoke and some of the water to even radiantly boil around him as he is swimming towards you. You hear him kind of growling and groaning as he's going through the water. And he looks up to you, still that rage look of just death and hatred in his eyes as he's looking towards you.
Oh, I got the same look.
This is great. We've got the cleric and the orc leader like staring each other down in battle right now. Fantastic. So we've got another orc. I believe this one's towards the top, and he is incredibly confused. So he's going to make an intelligence check because he just got 2 different commands in 8 seconds.
From the same person.
From the same person. But he thinks better of it, and he continues to head towards the water. And jumps in. And that brings us to Molfin, who's now standing up top with Keladarko. Look at all those orcs coming after Molfin.
Oh my gosh.
Molfin's just gonna once more sort of crane the head over and look down. Look over at Kella. I don't suppose you have any ideas on what we can do in this situation now?
She looks at you and she's like, well, I would have been able to do more had I had my hand crossbow that your friend had taken from me.
Boo-hoo.
Maybe you should have brought it before you came charging over here. Do you have a sword or any other sort of weapon?
She's like, she looks towards you and she's like, I think one of your other friends has my short sword.
Sorry.
I didn't realize there was a whole other group attacking the town from the north here. I didn't realize that your friend had jumped into the moat.
Molfin just sort of rubs the forehead. At least let's make it a little more difficult for them to get up here. And the same deal, slams the staff down, this time reaching the hand over, looking down at the ground right in front of him.
Mm-hmm.
And as before, drops a grease spell and a 10-foot square going right down that difficult terrain, right in front of the tower.
Yes!
Awesome. Question from Dune in Twitch. The yellow circles on the orcs where the leader had cast a special ability that granted the orcs that could hear him advantage, and I was just using those yellow symbols as a marker to remind myself that those orcs had advantage. It only lasted a round, though, so I'm glad you said that, because I'm getting rid of those right now. I can never find a grease pool.
Fog cloud is gone. Fog cloud is gone.
What?
Is it not concentration?
Grease is not concentration.
Grease is not.
What about? Cool.
All right, here we go.
Like you.
Spelling it wrong.
I am going to do that to you. Don't worry.
Let's just
You fool.
I'm trying to find like some kind of token we can use for grease, so I remember that's there. I'm just gonna use this freebie little spot if it doesn't blend in with the water here. How it was 10 feet?
Dune, no worry about interrupting. We're always happy to help out. 10 by 10 square.
Oh yeah.
Where are you putting the grease?
Basically, in front of the tower that Molfin is standing on with now Kella, it's about a 10-foot hill coming up towards the tower that Michael was saying is all like gravel and whatnot.
So now the gravel is
Morphin
covered
just-
in grease. And actually, what does it say about when a creature? They have to start their turn in there, right? A creature.
Start the turn in it, enter the area, or end their turn there.
Okay, cool. So once we get to that orc that's in the grease right now, climbing out, we'll have to make that saving throw once we get there. Excellent. Anything else you'd like to do, Muffin?
Muffin will look at Keller. I would suggest that once these idiots start falling around, you go down there and take some of their weapons from them. Make yourself useful.
She laughs. She laughs, chuckles at you a little bit, and she's like, "Why don't I just go back into town and get some weapons? I mean, I don't have to go down there in the middle of that with no weapons. That would be foolish."
Yes, let us see if we live long enough for you to take your sweet time to return. Whatever. And sort of backhands like, I'm done with you.
I promise I will hurry. I will not leave you hanging. When you got a whole army of orcs submerged around your friend, your idiot friend, who is in there in the water. And, oh, gosh. She's just flustered. She can't believe what's going on. She's
got a crush on.
And nobody else, the three of us against the world up here, everyone else down there is like, oh, we're so easy.
I believe our other bandit here is the one that was kind of climbing. Yeah, the one that was getting instructions, maybe? No? Guess not. He must be this guy. Yep, guy over in the other tower, just kind of guarding that. So that brings us back to Callista.
Me?
Yep, we're at Callista's turn.
Still here.
Okay, I will do a healing word on that injured bandit dude.
Okay. Awesome.
Is any more people coming up or orcs coming up below?
They're swimming up. There are two that are kind of swimming towards Diana and Gum Gum, and there are four down below that are kind of just swimming directly across the moat. Looks like they're headed towards the palisade to see if they can either find some way to get through the wall.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. I'll just stay there for now.
And you're using healing word?
Yep.
Okay.
You'll have to roll.
Yeah, I'm pulling it up right now on your character sheet here. Healing word.
Feel free to add anything else because I can't see and look at my sheet to know what I can do. I don't have it memorized at the moment.
So yes, you actually, as you're casting your healing word, basically the wound completely seals up and pushes the javelin out of his flesh magically, and
cool.
he looks 100% healed.
Keep killing him. Keep killing him. I'm busy. In my own head, I'm busy.
So he kind of looks at you and kind of puts it's like a little bit of a smile towards you. It's like, I will do my best, and he pulls out another bolt and puts it in the crossbow.
Attaboy.
Sadiri is continuing to hide and cry. As it's only been like three or four rounds, so it's only been a few seconds.
Oh my god, Josh.
What is this? What is this?
Oh my word.
It's pretty accurate.
Yeah. Awesome. We got so many good just reactions and interactions going in chat right now. It's awesome. Thank you guys so much for being so active with us in chat, and for watching and following along with us. This is awesome. This orc continues to swim, climbs up this rocky ledge towards the palisade, and begins to also scratch at the wooden beams of the 15-foot tall palisade. Not really having much luck whatsoever at finding his way up there. Gum Gum, standing here, shocked that there is a javelin stuck inside of her, pulls the javelin out. Some of the blood starts to pour down Gum Gum, and Diana, you see Gum Gum get into anger mode as her face just kind of crinkles up into the center, and she looks towards you and says, "Queen Gum Gum mad." And then Queen Gum Gum gets close to the edge of the tower with that javelin that she pulled out from the bandit and whips it at the leader of the orcs that are swimming across as best that she possibly can. Now I've got to double check the range of a javelin because I don't have
It's
it
30
on.
and 60, I think.
30 and 60. Okay, so it's in range, but it's barely in range, and she'll be at disadvantage. So let's go to. I might be able to use a different attack because I'm not sure they have that on their character sheet. Ranged. We'll just use a short bow at disadvantage. I think that'll be the same roll.
Oh.
Oh.
Oh, no.
Gum Gum is really
Just gotta hit her in
mad.
the leg.
So mad. And the javelin just goes sailing over all the orcs' heads into the water behind. And splashes. Gum Gum looks towards you, Diana, with a very stunned look in her face and says,
Okay. We all have our moments.
Gum Gum need more weapons.
Gum Gum, you'll get more weapons.
And that will end Gum Gum's turn. As we go to the top of the round with Lachlan.
All right. I'm still being a whack-a-mole up here in my tower. I'm kind of like peeking up out of one side, being like, "Ah," and then peeking out the other side. And I'm going to shoot the leader down there.
All right. Excellent.
Get him.
You had advantage, correct?
Oh, yeah, that's right.
You're still technically hidden, and he doesn't know you're up there. So that is going to hit. Go ahead and roll your sneak attack damage.
All right.
That's all right.
I guess I wasn't hiding very well.
So
Too much, not enough.
So you pop out with another fire of your bow and strike the orc. You can tell this one has a little bit of armor on, so the arrow doesn't exactly hit exactly where you would like to. Plus, it's swimming. It causes you to have a harder time hitting where you're aiming. But you do nail him, and there's a lot of blood pouring out into the water from this particular orc.
Cool, that's my turn.
All right, and that brings us to Moby.
Nice. All right. Can I find my way to the edge of this little fog cloud that I'm in?
Sure. Here, I'll move the. Can you see yourself there?
Oh, yep.
I just kind of moved the
Cool.
fog cloud for right now. I'll move it back.
All right. I'm just gonna move down to the edge.
Okay. So
And
you're right on the
kinda
edge of the fog cloud. Just
Yeah,
right
kind of
over
like
there.
doggy paddling at the moment, and like out of like the front of my pants, I'm gonna pull a sling, and just to be annoying, I'm gonna fire a sling right at this orc's face. Big boy.
Big boy. Nice. Nice.
It's gonna be
Okay.
best.
All right. Go ahead and make your attack.
And take that. Ugh.
That's gonna miss. so he's trying to hit him right in the face. The rock goes flying over. As you were swinging it around, like the water like slowed down your arm movement, and it caused you to be way off target as you were whipping this through.
Oh, damn.
Anything else you would like to do, Moby?
Yeah, I want to dive underwater.
All right, Moby is now
I'm just
holding
gonna
his
sink
breath.
to the bottom and never come back.
As you're kind of sinking to the bottom, you open your eyes and you see there a couple trout swim by you.
Crikey, it's a trout.
Crikey, mate. Sure.
Nice.
Yeah, that's it. That's it.
Kella Darkhope starts to sprint down the ladder. She actually like grabs the sides and slides down the ladder all the way to the bottom and starts to sprint her way back towards the center of town to see if she can find anything to use for weapons to defend the top, because she was just trying to see what was going on. She didn't expect there to be this many orcs up here. Nor did she expect there to be a gnome in the water swimming in the moat.
It's full of surprises.
I hope that idiot thinks to tell somebody.
So we've got this orc.
Oh, gee.
Take this up.
Yeah, JJ, $1 late and a day short and $1 late. A day late and $1 short.
Dang.
So I'm gonna go ahead and make these orcs that were out of the water on this side are still so confused because they are just getting so many different orders. They just don't know what is going on. So this orc is gonna go ahead and make another intelligence check. See if it beats a 10. It does beat a 10. So he is gonna go ahead and jump back into the water and get to about here, kind of avoiding the fog cloud swimming around it. And that brings us up to one of these other bandits that are on the other side of town, preparing for if any orcs decide to come around that way, they can fire some crossbow bolts at them. The main orc down here at the bottom has just been pummeled by the party down here. Continues to swim. Actually gets across to about here. And let me see, what can this guy do? He is going to start some incantations. And
Oh no.
oh man, it whispered it. Here, let me take the never whisper or whisper rolls off for a second so you guys can see what
Oh,
he is
no.
exactly gonna do.
Oh, it's a meteor shower, isn't it? We're all screwed. We're done.
He's dropping a
I'm
fortress
not
on us.
liking this.
So he casts command
Oh, he's still.
Oh no.
at Diana and tells her and says, "Jump."
No! 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 No!
so Diana needs to
Yes,
make
join
a
me.
wisdom saving throw.
No!
Even if you failed, even if you succeed, do it anyway. What do you think is one? No!
Wait, doesn't she have like DM's inspiration or something? Or
Well, viewers at home, she wants to use her inspiration. Will you allow? I'm going to let the viewers decide. This is going to be a viewer's decision. Are you going to allow her to expend her inspiration, or
Christy's like, yeah.
because if you do, she will pass the save. If not, she will fail the save. So, our viewers at home on Twitch chat, if you want to chime in on chat, I want it to be a viewer decision because I've missed so many viewer decisions with all these new followers that we've been getting. I want to go ahead.
Oh.
And leave it. We're not.
Here.
Nobody's gonna hate you,
Tough guy.
viewers. Nobody's gonna hate you.
I'm gonna love you. I'm gonna send out a free D20. I'll send out a free D20.
Well,
You will get a gift basket from me, okay?
Dune laughs and says, "Don't put it on."
Dude's
me."
like, don't put it on me.
We got one.
My boy
we got-
is
we
thumbs
got-
down.
Yeah, we got one vote for thumbs down so far. Kloppity, welcome tonight. We're right in the middle of a viewer decision right now. Diana rolled and decided after the roll that she wanted to use her DM's inspiration. Most of the time, you have to use it before you roll. And right now, the orc commanded her to jump off of this tower. Oh, Kepler says to use it. So we've got one vote for each right now.
Oh,
One says no, one says yes, Diana. I'm
how is
not
the
sure.
Supreme Court gonna rule here?
Dune votes jump.
Oh, 1 point for Team Moby.
Oh,
Oh.
Kiri says jump.
Josh
It's
now is
overwhelming.
jumping in with the
Josh,
jump.
jump. Okay, so yes.
Y'all are the Kimbe to my
so-
Taylor. Dating people.
so the viewers,
Hats off to you,
viewer-
lads. Hats off.
hats off to everybody making this exciting. So at the beginning of your turn, Diana, you will be commanded to jump. So we go
Is that my
now.
move?
So now we will go to orcs. Let's see. Oh, we got some coming down here at the bottom, or at the top, excuse me. This orc is still heading towards Mulfin and starts to get into the grease
Come on, Grease.
and is going to make a dexterity save.
Let's hope they're less dexterous than they are intelligent.
And I believe a 10 fails.
That will fail. Oh, yeah,
So-
that'll fail.
He slips and starts sliding back down into the water. Completely stunned by the slippery nature of these rocks all of a sudden. And we've got another orc that this is the one that was in the grease to start his turn, so he needs to make a dexterity saving throw.
Come on, big whiff, big whiff.
And he also fails with the same roll and slides down into the water, splashing about as he goes. And that brings us to another orc who's right there. He steps into the grease as well as he is headed towards trying to climb the tower. And let's see how he does on his dexterity save.
Wow.
Dexterity. Let's see how he does, and let's see how the grease. I think
He
that
did
one.
it.
Yeah, he's able to hold his ground, even though it's a little slippy. I gotta move the grease here. It's a little slippy. He's able to hold his ground and stay put as he's trying to climb up the rocks. He's getting there. He's slipping a little bit on the grease and starts to get towards the bottom of the tower. Starts to act like he's going to start climbing and realize there's not a whole lot of handholds here. It would be very difficult to climb. We've got another orc headed towards the grease. And he's going to also make
So
a
good.
dexterity saving throw to see if he can withstand the grease. And he also is able
Jesus.
to make it. But he's having the same
Started out
difficulties.
so well.
Getting to the bottom of the base, and he's still trying to climb up. Christy, I see you in chat. I'll take your next turn for you. I know that you're busy. Enjoy PAX for us. And he's trying to climb this rocky tower to get to Mulfin, but he's unable to do so. Kalen decides that he hears all this commotion coming up from the top of the tower, so he decides he's going to go to the top, the one that Diana's on the top of, and he's about halfway up the ladder for his turn. Alara finally gets to the point where she's done screaming and just stomps off towards the keep.
Towards the keep?
Towards the keep.
Oh, girl. I weren't jumping.
And that brings us to another orc down here at the bottom who swims across. This one is going to just kind of stay down here and start to scratch at the bottom of the palisade, having no luck whatsoever at lifting himself up and climbing the wall in general. Another orc is going to go here. I'm going to get rid of his little yellow mark because he does not have advantage anymore. This orc is down here below, I believe. Yep. He climbs up the top here and starts scratching his way at the palisade. Zulkin kind of peers around and takes a walk over here and shouts up towards where Lachlan is. Shouts up the tower, "Hey, everyone up there! Is everyone okay?"
Well, we're doing better than the orcs.
That's good. How many are out front?
Well, we've taken a few down, but there's some pounding at the...
Pounding at the what?
I think-
I didn't hear that.
They're pounding at the walls. I think they're looking for a fight.
They found one. Keep laying it on heavy up there.
Oh, we will.
After a few more have been taken down, we'll lower the drawbridge.
Roger that.
And that brings us to another orc who continues to swim across, climbs up the gravel, and starts to scratch at the bottom of the palisade. Once again, not having much luck at climbing it. Torum is just frustrated. Just frustrated that Alara just started to walk away, and he just kind of sighs and starts heading slowly towards the drawbridge. Kind of almost dragging his spear along the ground. Another bandit gets to go. This one is the one who just dismounted. He is headed towards where this guard is, and is also climbing the ladder where the guard is. More orcs. This one down below is doing the same thing, climbing up the gravel side, scratching at the palisade, trying whatsoever to try to climb to the top, to climb over the wall. Another orc. Where's this orc at? Where are you? Oh, there you are. Continues to try to scratch up this wall. Kind of stumbles a little bit, sometimes falling down, not getting any more than just a couple feet, just driving his nails into the wood. Another orc. This one is up top. Heads swimming across, and is going to make a dexterity saving throw to see if it can withstand the grease. And does not.
That's a no.
Slides back down into the water and is just splashing away inside the river. This next orc is the one standing right here. Moves away from where Callista had put all the heavy brush and starts to scratch at the palisade wall, trying to climb it, but not really having much luck. This bandit must be on the other side. He's the one that's kind of daydreaming about things that Josh was talking about earlier.
Hold on, let me jump over here because in case the viewers don't remember. Really peaceful as far as I can see. Fluffy white clouds, faraway mountains, green trees. There's blood in the moat. Oh dear God, there's blood in the moat. Why is there blood in the moat? Why is there so many? What's floating in the? Oh my, that's a face. It's a floating face. And, you know, that's a beautiful sky. I'm going to go back and look at the sky again.
Legend.
Yes. Compliments of our viewer Josh. Thank you so much for that. That is excellent. Oh wow. So we've got another orc who is headed this way, I believe. Let's see, where are you at? There he is. He continues to this was one of the ones that was fleeing again, and now he's turning back around and swimming back. So he's swimming back across the river. And this other orc, I believe this one is dead. This one was the one that yep, we'll take him off initiative because that's the one that got shot through the left eye. Another orc near the top heads back this way and dives into the water behind his master. And that brings us up to his master, who notices this rock flying out of this misty substance towards him and splashes over across from him, kind of skips away. Can kind of see the shape of a figure swimming in the water and starts to swim towards the figure. Getting a little closer, seeing that it is indeed a small gnome swimming in the mistiness of the fog. And with that, he is going to lift with one hand his great axe into the air off of his back.
Oh no.
And just when he goes to bring it down, that's where we're going to end our session tonight.
Oh,
Big
man.
question.
There's so many
Wow.
questions for next week.
Oh, and
Yeah.
Diana's 2 off jumping. 2.
Oh my gosh.
So we have,
Yeah.
we have a pending attack coming to Moby. We have a pending command spell on Diana. We've got Gum Gum
Thanks, guys.
injured and going into a rage. We have many dead individuals, many orcs. Wow.
But I don't want to hear that. There are no dead orcs. All the orcs are alive. Some are a little injured, but they're all still living.
That's awesome. Well, hey, all of our viewers tonight, I just want to say thank you for joining us for our adventure for this episode 5 of Storm King's Thunder. We're so glad that you were here. We're so glad that you guys joined the raffle. Those fidget spinners. Oh, yeah, avocado. Yes, that is the bite that JJ took out of that avocado because we got so
A
many
mean
new
bite.
followers tonight. So... So thank you guys for
It
being
was
so
disgusting.
active in the Twitch chat. I want to encourage you, if you haven't already followed this channel, go ahead and click that follow button and make sure you get our notifications so you know that we are live. We are live every Friday night from 8 to 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So we would love for you to join us as we continue to explore Storm King's Thunder here at D&D5e. And I also want you guys to visit our YouTube channel because we post all these videos up on YouTube. You can go back and check out the other episodes to get yourself caught up on all the character storylines and all the interactions they've had so far. A lot of our earlier sessions have been pretty roleplay heavy. This session has been very combat heavy. So we've had sessions that have been a little bit of both. So we've got a good balanced game going on between these guys. So make sure you guys tune in next week. We hope to have Christy back. Once again, she was at PAC West, so we're kind of jealous of that. But she will be joining us. She was kind of joining us here and there from Discord tonight, but she'll be with us on video as well next week. So don't forget, Matthew is going to be DMing Tomb of Annihilation. That is coming out very soon, September 11th.
Not too far away.
September 11th is going to be our kickoff right here on the Proficiency Bonus Twitch channel. We're going to be live on Proficiency Bonus. JJ is going to be there with them. He's going to be playing in the game, and a bunch of new characters, new cast for our Monday night stream. So make sure if you've got Monday nights free, September 11th is the kickoff. So make sure you guys tune into that and check it out. I know it's going to be a great show. Matthew is an outstanding DM. He was my DM, so you know he is great at it. So you guys will have a blast. You guys will be watching those episodes as well, and it'll give you guys an opportunity to see what Tomb of Annihilation exactly is and what it's like. So it's gonna be totally sick. So I can't wait to see that.
Totally sick,
Totally
dude.
sick. Totally sick.
Bruh.
I'm excited, yeah.
Nice.
So, and thank you guys for tuning in. If you haven't hit the follow button, follow us. Invite some friends to join us on Fridays. You know, we love it when people come and hang out with us.
Todd Life, you got a package heading your way.
Yeah.
Todd.
And you can follow Proficiency Bonus on Twitter at ProfBonus. You can follow us there. And I think all of us are pretty active on Twitter now, so you can follow each of us on Twitter. I haven't been able to share. I want to be able to share what everybody's on Twitter is. All right, welcome to the stream. I'm glad that you joined us. And do we have any other announcements that we got to throw out there tonight before we go out?
I don't think
75
so.
viewers. I'll be opening up a poll. You can decide what my next tattoo is, and I will be live streaming that. All the pain and misery.
Yep, we
and
are going to
everything.
do at 75 followers. We're going to do a poll for JJ's tattoo, and he's going to stream it live when he gets this tattoo. So, if you haven't noticed yet, JJ is the one that gets stuck doing everything for us. He's just,
I'm happy to
I don't
risk
know if it's so
life
much
and limb
He's like-
for this
Yeah,
stream.
he kind of
enjoys it.
he's like
welcomes it,
he's like our
instigates it.
he's like our Johnny Knoxville. If you guys ever...
Watch me jump off the roof of my house next week.
Really?
You already jumped off a 30-foot tower. The roof's what, 10, 15 feet up? That's nothing, half the distance.
No problem. It'll be fun.
Awesome. So at 75, it's JJ's tattoo. At 100 followers, we're going to give away. We're going to have a huge giveaway. Our big ticket items. We're going to have a pack of dice. We're also going to give away a monster manual, a 5th edition monster manual. So that's going to be at 100 followers. And also, Matthew said he is going to pitch in a hardback of one of the modules. And he has got some of those modules on hand. He's got Curse of Strahd.
Got a whole bunch of different.
Wow.
It's nice part is it's being tossed out, and it is viewer's choice. If it is a module I don't already have to send out, I will pick up a brand shiny new copy for you.
Look at that, man. So that is going to be awesome.
That's just,
yeah, encourage anybody you can to come to our channel and follow. Once we get to 100, that's when we'll do that. We'll do that as a raffle live on one of our streams. And I'm just really excited about that. Before we go, we need to decide a character that did something absolutely amazing tonight, or multiple characters that deserve a point of DM's inspiration to use next week for episode 6. So, players, do we have anything that kind of stood out tonight?
Grease.
Grease.
That Grease is pretty cool.
What were you saying, Zoss?
I said Moby's everything was cool.
Moby.
Yeah, that's about right.
The slingshot, especially, that was fun.
The fact that he didn't die, I was sure he was gonna die. I was like, you better be like working on a new character.
Yeah, I was sure I was gonna die too. I was worried. I was very scared.
Well, here, I think
we've got my boy in the chat is saying the paladin fearing the orc chieftain.
Yeah, like
And then
June like the Grease.
June is like in the Grease.
Yeah. I love the Grease too. Okay, Molfin, definitely, because I believe Molfin, you totally get inspiration for next time. Give yourself DM's inspiration. And what we're going to do is, since we've got a lot of people liking that Grease, we're going to give you the free Nat 20 for next time too. So I don't think Moby got to use his free Nat 20 this session. So
no,
that Nat
I think he
20
only
just
had one roll.
implodes and disappears. Yeah. So, but also what I'm gonna do is, Molfin, you have DM's inspiration and a Nat 20. The rest of you all start with inspiration next time as well, because of great character play tonight and great job. Diana's blasting of the orcs and her.
Oh, that was cool. And I'm gonna kill his entire family and friends.
Yeah.
That was a great quote.
So I thought that was amazing. So every one of you will start with DM's inspiration, and Molfin will get the free Nat 20 to use during our next stream. So once again, thank you guys so much for tuning in to Proficiency Bonus tonight to watch Storm King's Thunder. Don't forget to follow us and check us out on YouTube. And until next week, we hope you guys have a great week. And I'm going to try to get Matthew up here. For some reason, his video disappeared on me. I want you guys to get a chance to say goodbye to everybody before we
I'm resetting my thing again.
Everyone,
only one more day.
Encourage you to go have a snack of an avocado tonight, and
take a big old bite. Team Moby.
Bite it like it's an apple.
Banana, apple, mandarin, avocado. Come on.
Avocado. Yeah.
Promoting healthy.
An avocado a day keeps the kiwi away.
So,
that's true. We don't like them kiwis.
From all of us here, have a great night, and we will see you guys next week.